Welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. I'm your host, Jason Bland, and tonight is Open Lines Night. Yes, there's been a lot that's happened since our last show. Heather Lynn was our guest. It was an amazing show. Then I had an investigation, too, right before then, and unplugged a bunch of stuff from my setup, like the portal. If anybody knows what ITC is and the portal and all that, and took that on an investigation. Came back to reset that all up, and did it the wrong way. And I blew 2 mixing boards. And I'm going to tell you the incredible story tonight, because it's open lines. I'll do it after World Wide Web of Weird, of the miraculous events, in my opinion, for myself, personal events, that saved this show. And a certain personal special angel out there who really did save this show, and another person involved too is a really good friend. Who both really saved the show, and I'm gonna give them a big thanks. We're gonna do that after World Wide Web Weird, because I got some stuff to say. But it's open lines. You can call in. There's a lot to talk about. I'm not gonna ignore the elephant in the room with the last 24-hour news cycle of mass shooting, but we're not going to get into politics tonight. We never do. But there's an angle my wife brought up to this that's going on. It's a bit paranormal, I guess. I want to get into. We got that, and of course we have the World Wide Web of Weird and a lot of weirdness to do. So call in. You want to talk about the news stories we covered tonight? You want to talk about a paranormal experience? You want to talk about what's going on with this crazy world? Because I want to talk about how we're breeding monsters, man. We got some real live, real human beings. That's who scare me. We get into that tonight. Anything you want, it's your show tonight. Call in and help me. I need your help. I need your help to test these lines. This is a brand new mixing board setup, and I need to know that everything's working. So hopefully everything is good, but call in and help me test. But let's go ahead and get rolling into the show. Welcome to another night of Paranormal Soup. As I said before, I'm your host, Jason Bland. Tonight is open lines night. So it's all about you guys. You guys direct where we go with this show. I have some articles later I might cover that we could get into, some stuff that's a little extra World Wide Web of Weird later in the show. We also have our Paranormal Soup team with us tonight, which is the big. It's just like I get to hang out with my friends. You guys get to hang out. You get to join the conversation. You get to call in. We get to show your comments on screen because we're using a program called StreamYard. It's an awesome program. Lets us have a video call. Lets us show your guys' comments here. You know, of course, they stream by me so fast. So I'm trying to show your guys' comments, but please call in tonight. Later, after the World Wide Web of Weird. Let's hear from you. It's our show together tonight, guys. We're going to make the show. All right, let me go ahead and bring up the Paranormal Soup team. Let me bring in first my beautiful co-host, Jamie D. How you doing tonight, Jamie? I totally dropped that on her.
Doing good, Jason. Glad that we were able to come on tonight.
Yeah, it was last minute, so please share, everybody. Share the show out. Let people know we're live, because I really didn't advertise this show out. I had said we're canceled, and then I thought, well, wait, Amazon says I'm going to get this by this time, and yeah, here we are. All right, and also joining us from St. Augustine, Florida himself is Rob Autry. How you doing tonight, Rob?
Doing pretty good.
And Rob will be running the World Wide Web of Weird, hopefully.
I got like 10 windows open, so let's see how it goes.
I hopefully you got the updated files.
Hopefully I did. We'll see.
We'll find out. Otherwise, it's gonna be last week's World Wide Web Weird, and Jason's gonna have to figure out how to get it. and then join us, not that far from me, a neighbor of mine, almost kind of when it comes to internet world, is Bill Perry. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
All right, and Bill, let me. I want to the music sometimes because you're quiet, Bill. Bill's a quiet guy. We love Bill. Bill made a lot of the computer graphics. All the computer graphics you see in the show is Bill. The intro, the logo. It was my idea for the logo, but Bill, I couldn't make it. Bill made it, and thank you, Bill. Bill tonight
No problem.
is going to do something. I'm going to get a little intro for you, Bill. Okay, look at him smile. All right. So Bill is venturing into something. We'll get to the World Wide Web, but I want to get this out there for open lines tonight because I'm excited about this. Bill has ventured into the tarot reading. I've done tarot reading. I used to do a lot of it. I'm still nervous myself to do it on the show, but I've talked him in. I think the best way to practice is with people you don't know. I don't know he knows some of you, but I talked him into doing some live tarot readings tonight. So if you want your tarot read, call in. And I have Bill, if you got a question stuff and they're like, and I'll take one Bill tarot reading, please, let us know. And be kind. This is Bill's first time. He's learning. So this helps him learn. And this is what the show's about. It's about a paranormal soup. We all learn. We all develop our abilities. And that's what Bill's doing. So take it easy on him.
I'm trying.
I believe in you. Believe in the force, Bill. Believe in the force. But let's go ahead and roll into the World Wide Web of Weird. Of course, I'm not even ready. I'm like so not ready. But let's roll into the World Wide Web of Weird. Well, tonight I did the World Wide Web of Weird last minute, and I did something I haven't done in a long time. I just used links. I didn't take out the parts of the articles I want, and of course, I really messed up. But I know what this first article is about: is a man shooting his gun off. And yeah, I know, but this was all pre-planned. I did this World Wide Web for this 24-hour news cycle. But a man shooting his gun off at Mammoth Cave at Bigfoot. Yes, sounded like a good idea at the time. For those listening on our radio network, Paranormal Soup's 24-hour radio network, you can watch the webcast. It's a webcast on Facebook and on YouTube. And we show pictures and videos and all that. And thank God we got the share screen on StreamYard because I need it because my article now loads. Okay. Man opens fire, this is from the Independent, in National Park because he thought he saw big. A bystander's asked if she was scared, mostly just about him shooting her gun, she says. A gun-wielding camper has opened fire in America's national park because he says he saw Bigfoot. The man, who has not been named, offloaded several rounds at Mammoth Cave in Kentucky after telling other overnight visitors that the half man, half ape lunged at him. It's coming right for us. I wish I'd had that sound clip ready. Dang it. Park rangers I did the show last minute. I would have had that. Park rangers have since said that they have found no evidence of Bigfoot was there, but are investigating the fact that a firearm was fired. Well, when do they find evidence? Hardly rare, you know. Madeline Durand and Brad Ginn, who reported the incident, said the shooter had woken them at 11 p.m. on a Sunday by shining a flashlight in their tent. We got out and saw a man and his son who told us their campsite had been destroyed by someone or something. We heard them coming back about 10 minutes later. We heard them yelling, "I see it. It's coming right for us." No, we saw the flash. That wasn't in the article. We saw the flash from his gun, and he shot maybe 20 yards from the side of our tent into the pitch black darkness. I would be mad. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy about that. Asked if she was scared, the Western Kentucky University student told CNN, fake news. No. I was mostly just concerned about him shooting the gun in the middle of the night without him really seeing anything. Of course, CNN covered it. Guns are bad. The couple called 911 and decided to hike the 5 miles back to their car without staying the night, she added. It's unclear what happened to the shooter, but park spokesman Molly Schrober said rangers knew who he was and that no threat remained in the area, at least not by him. But about Bigfoot? All right, no. All right. Although U.S. laws prohibit the discharge of firearms in national parks, she said no charges have been brought as of yet. The incident comes just 8 months after a Montana man reported being shot in a forest by a gunman who then told him he had mistaken him for Bigfoot. How many times have I said that's going to happen? How many times? That's why, the whole people are like, why hasn't one been shot and killed? Well, because most people with firearms know better than to shoot something they can't identify. But there are always idiots. And there's always crazy people, which, again, I came up with World Wide Web of Weird like 2 days ago, so didn't know about the 24-hour news cycle. It's going to hit me before the show. All right, moving on. All right. Unexplained mysteries. Academics want AI recognized as inventor. I thought this was really interesting. The AI is inventing programs. It's inventing... Even what was it that it invented in this? Oh, I can't remember now. It invented a food container. How does it do that? Oh, gotta get the new share screen up there. Two professors have teamed up to have an artificial intelligence credited with inventing the food container, so they get the copyright. The AI does, but there's a problem with that. As intelligent computer systems become ever more sophisticated, blah blah blah. The ethical and technical and philosophical challenges of integrating AI into our societies become increasingly prevalent. In the latest case, two professors, and from the Unexplained Mysteries, I should have noted, two professors from the University of Surrey, England, have teamed up with inventor DeBoss AI, in Missouri to have artificial intelligence system itself attributed as the official inventor of a new type of interlockable food container and flashing warning lights. The problem is, however, is that that only humans can be awarded a patent for a new invention. Oh, robots. Sorry. These days, you kindly have AI writing books and taking pictures, but if you don't have a traditional author, you cannot get a copyright protection in the U.S. So with patents, patent offices might say if you don't have someone who traditionally meets a human inventorship criteria, there's nothing you can get patented on. In which case, AI is going to be how we are inventing things in the future. The whole intellectual property system will fail to work. So there, some people said, well, the person who created the AI gets the patent. That's what makes sense to me. He gets all the patents AI makes, right? Right. But then, what if it's multiple people? It's going to get really, really confusing.
I like pizza.
Well, I mean,
multiplicity here. So.
Well, it's AI, so it's inventing things, and isn't that what? Again, I hate to go dark side on it, but I mean that's like Terminator. AI thinking of its own, making its own killer robots.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know how the movie ends.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, humans are good at it. The next article will show us. This is from Business Insider. All right. So if AI invents things, we know what humans invent. So what's AI going to invent? Well, AI is going to invent, stuff that flies and kills you. Well, humans are doing that just fine. You can now buy a flamethrower to attach to your drone for $1,500.
Oh, that's a grand idea.
Yeah. Drones are being used by companies from Amazon to Uber, but one company built a flamethrower you can hook up to the personal drone for all your fire spewing purposes. In a video from the company, I don't have the video, the flamethrower TF-19 Wasp. Oh, let me get this screen up here. Got to remember to get the screenshots up there. TF-19 Wasp flamethrower drone attachment is seen spewing long streams of fire into the air and engulfing dead bushes in flames. Although the flamethrower advertised using flamethrower drone for mundane things like cleaning up vegetation and getting rid of wasp nests.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man, I'm all down for that. The video paints a terrifying view of what the future drone flights could entail. Important to note that the $1,500 price tag is only for the flamethrower attachment itself. You still have to buy the drone separately. The one that Throw Flames recommended for flamethrowers will cost you at least $1,500.
I can't imagine all the wildfires and all the problems already from this.
Or a terrorist attack.
Or using
the drones. It was just last week. Was I just last week talking about the drones with guns?
Yep.
That the kid made a drone with a gun, and the drone was throwing fireworks. It was just last week. 1 week later, here we go. We got them flamethrowers now.
Good for crowd control, huh?
Yeah.
Or a terrorist attack. That's what I'm saying. This is scary stuff. Okay. People talk about gun control. Well, we need some drone control. We need some drone control. I agree. I totally agree. Once you start putting flamethrowers on it, I'm all go legislate that because no, I'm not for drones with flamethrowers. Just saying.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
No. It scares the heck out of me. And then you got AI. Let's let AI invent things. Yeah. And it's going to be, AI invents a flamethrowing drone and they're going to be like, oh, Simpsons did it. No. And then they're going to be mad. No.
Kill the humans. Kill the humans.
Then it's going to be like, kill the humans. Yeah. All right. Speaking of the flames, this we just not long ago talked about them putting this up for sale again. As Aleister Crowley's house is burned down again. This is from Unexplained Mysteries. The fire-ravaged Loch Ness home of the infamous occultist has been further damaged by another fire. Situated near 4 years at the southeast side of the Loch Ness, Scotland, the Blokeshire house was built in 18th century in an area with a long history of peculiar happenings. So these guys, I know we're going to, there was talk they were going to rebuild it. So it's already been burnt again. The building was severely damaged by a fire broke out back in 2015, prompting its owners to put both the property and the surrounding area up for sale. It was later purchased by a group of investors who set up the Blokeshire House Foundation with the intention of restoring the house to its former glory and opening it up to the public. Now, however, it has been reported that the already badly damaged ruins have been damaged even further still yet by another fire that tore through two separate parts of the property yesterday. Fire crews who battled to put out the blaze believe the fire was started deliberately. You think? Because it happened before. Somebody really doesn't like that house. And as soon as it was just a couple weeks ago, we had this on Worldwide But Weird. Well, somebody saw it not on our show, but somebody saw this was happening and went out there and torched it again. Locals, whatever, they do not want the house. And if you've heard, I've heard stories, maybe it's conspiracy theory talk, you know, that Lister Crowley, the locals thought he was evil and was drowning children. Well, if they think that, and people are talking about real being in the house, and there's local legend of this house being evil, yeah, they're going to keep trying to keep you from doing that, obviously. All right, let's move on. This is something I've wondered about. I'll just cover this shortly. Go read the article on Laid. I'm not going to read the whole article, but I've mentioned this on the show before. And I was talking about Simpsons did it. Simpsons writers have confessed how they predict the future. It's such a BS headline from Unlaid here. From Toys R Us closing down to Donald Trump becoming president, it's no secret the Simpsons have been at the forefront of a lot of important decision making. I'm not going to read the whole article because I don't run out of time. But if anybody's familiar with the Simpsons did it, the most memorable, of course, is Donald Trump coming down the stairs, the escalator, you know, like predicting that he would, you know, win the presidency. That's the most notable. And there's 9/11 with them showing the magazine with the 9/11 and the two towers, you know, all that. They basically, this article is such a letdown. I'm not going to read it all, but they basically, the writers are like, oh, we just try to stay ahead of it because we know we're shooting 6 months in advance before it releases. So we kind of try to predict what's going to happen. That's their answer. There's some crazy stuff. Watch. There's plenty of videos out there you can watch of like what the Simpsons predicted. I'm not going to get into all of it. But some of it's definitely a stretch, you know, but some of it's like, wow, okay. You know, there's even like a math equation that wasn't figured out yet that the Simpsons had put up on a board. I'm not joking. Go look this stuff up. The Simpsons did it. I should have had that audio clip too, right? All right, let's move on. I wish this is you, StreamYard, if you're listening, one thing you got to let me give control over to one of my moderators here. Because it'd be great to show the comments that I'm getting in the chat room, but I can't do that at the same time as I read the World Wide Web of Weird. It'd be great. Come on, StreamYard. Come on. That'd be awesome. Okay, let's move on. All right. Number 6 here. This is from Times of India. This is kind of a creepy story. It's from New Delhi. Clock strikes 2 at Barack number 6 inside the Tahar jail. This happens in a jail in India. Pull up the screen. I keep forgetting that. This didn't happen once, but happens every day. Post at midnight. A glimpse of a woman and her mysterious wails leave these inmates gasping for breath. The signature of a ghost have sent the women prisoners in a state of frenzy and shock. These women have claimed that they have seen what seemed to be like a ghost of a woman at night. The scared prisoners further explained that these mysterious wails only heard around 2 a.m. are the sounds that create such a horror that the women prisoners are not able to sleep at night. The terror is so gravely etched in their heads that they started screaming and crying as soon as the clock strikes 2 a.m. If the women in prison have claimed to hear the sounds mostly during night hours, a few have said that they have heard the wails during the daytime as well. What is the reason behind these mystery wails in question, which is yet to be answered? Meanwhile, various rumors are mushrooming, that's a good way to put it, in the jail's premises. Some people claim some women prisoners might have committed suicide earlier inside the jail, due to which they are hearing these alarming cries, while others say the woman who committed suicide must have been innocent, and that's why she cries at night. Another rumor is going around inside the prison that these women who claim to have heard these sounds are either hallucinating or suffering from disease. Well, it's an India jail. It's probably very unpleasant. And yeah, I'm sure some women have committed suicide there, but that's scary. I hear stuff. We were just talking. I was on an investigation with somebody who works inside of a prison, and he was telling me he had all kinds of stories, all kinds of stories. But those guys can't come on interviews and talk about it. They can't go inside a prison to investigate as a paranormal investigator. But there's so much bad mojo. There's so much bad stuff that happens in prisons, and it leaves a mark. And I'm sure people have been in prison, have experienced some crazy stuff. You can call in the show tonight. You can be anonymous. Topic you want to get into. Yeah. But let's move on to the last one, because I want to make sure we have time for this. Is a video, Rob. Hopefully you can get audio on this. I don't think he swears in this, if I remember right. I've watched the video several times. This is from Oil City News. Casper, Wyoming. A local video has been making the rounds online, showing strange lights in the skies above Evansville. Bradley Reese filmed the video on Friday, July 26, 2019, about 9:30 p.m. The lights, we are heading west towards the airport. I know for people listening, you won't be able to see this, but check it out later once we get the episode up. But this is some really crazy footage. You're going to see lights in the sky. They're going to be triangle shaped, dots in the sky lights. You seen the video, Rob?
No, I haven't seen this yet.
No, I mean, do you have it? I hope.
Oh yeah, I have it.
Okay, scare me. No. All right. Just wait for the share screen to come up. Glenna Jansuka, director of the Casper Natrona County International Airport, said that he wouldn't be able to identify the lights as part of how the airport operates and defer the identification of the Federal Aviation Administration, who basically said they didn't have anything flying in the sky that night.
That's pretty freaky.
I don't see the share screen, though, Rob.
Oh, you don't?
No, that's what I'm waiting for. I hear it, but I don't see your share screen. Oh, there it is.
There we
Okay,
go.
here we go. Let me zoom in on this.
What?
Watch it. There's like triangle shapes. There's like, and some people try to say these are birds reflecting, but I
Nah,
don't.
that ain't birds, man.
Or balloons.
My camera sucks.
Yeah.
These are aliens.
Dude, your camera
So they
sucks.
saw that.
The best UFO footage I've seen in a while.
Yeah, no doubt.
Where are they going now?
They saw that with their naked eye and then started
yeah.
to record it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not birds
The
reflecting.
kids are seeing it. Yeah, the kids are seeing it. Everybody's seeing it.
I've seen things similar to that when it almost looks like a big mothership just dropping all these like eggs
all.
out.
It's like, what, 20 or more there? I mean, there's a ton. There's one that flies by. When it first goes by, it looks like a total triangle UFO, but then there's all these other ones. Like they're following the triangle UFO.
That's a pretty good capture
Just
there.
like the triangle shape, taking a triangle formation, leading the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Jen in the chat room here. TR3B. Oh, wow. I seen through one once. No poop. I see through one, went by fast. Yeah, Terry Lovelace, Incident at Devil's Den. You want to talk about a triangle UFO and a scary story? Incident at Devil's Den.
Yeah.
I had to show him this. Yeah, because, I mean, this is some crazy footage. Let's see what else I got in this article, too. Because they like I said, the FAA got involved. Alina Kenster, spokeswoman for the FAA's Northwest Mountain region, said that he wasn't able to offer a positive identification of the phenomenon immediately, but said that there wasn't anything in the air at the time, and the FAA wasn't able to identify it. Jansuka similarly said that no reports of unidentified aircraft were received by Casper National County International Airport, so that means they weren't picking it up on radar.
And
Yeah.
those aren't event lights of any sort either.
Yeah.
Nobody else got footage of that?
Just them so far, but you got to wonder somebody else might have.
Has
Somebody
to.
might have. I'm wondering if somebody else might have. Because, I mean, this came out July 27th is when they filmed this.
Yes,
July
please.
26th. It was my 16-year wedding anniversary, actually.
If anybody has more footage like that, I know I would love to see it.
Yeah, it helped collaborate what they saw. But you can hear the kids talking about it in the background. I mean, it seems pretty dang legit to me. But that's it for the World Wide Web of Weird. You can check that out. This is Hidden Underbelly has it. There's a number of other UFO people that have this one, but this is from Hidden Underbelly. Check it out. It's I don't know. I think it's some pretty amazing video. That's it for the World Wide Web of Weird. It is open lines night. I'm gonna tell you my crazy story when we get back from commercial break of how we were able to get on air after Jason stupidly blew 2 mixing boards at one time. The portal did it. ITC did it. I was doing ITC testing, but it really was my stupidity, I think, that blew it out. Really stupid. But here we are. Thankfully, that in people who help support the show, we're going to talk about it tonight, but you can help support the show. We are on Patreon. You can find us under Jason Bland, Paranormal Soup, $2 a month. We're going to have exclusive podcasts coming to there soon that you can listen to on Patreon. We are working to get our own podcasts so you can buy them and allow that, do some separate stuff. I'm working on getting towards that. So much going on. We're working on reviewing your ITC videos still. Jamie just posted one. I'm going to get it re-uploaded so it's on all the pages too. And I've done a couple, one. Bill's done a video. Rob, you going to do a video?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah, we're all. it takes time, people. We're working on it. That's why we're not doing ITC tonight. We're doing open lines. You direct the show. Let's talk. Let's have some fun tonight. And then we get some serious news, because there's been some serious stuff happening around the world right now. So we can talk about that. Just no politics. I don't want to talk about politics. Let's talk about expanding the mind and our experiences in this weird, messed up, crazy, stupid world. We can talk about that. I got a lot of stuff we can do. And Bill's going to be doing some tarot readings. So call and get a tarot reading tonight. That's all tonight on Open Lines, Paranormal Soup. I don't know. I need like a good liner person. I don't know. But that's it. All right, guys. I'll give out the phone lines when we come back from commercial break. There's going to be multiple ways to call in, but I want to stress two of them. I'm going to stress two of them when I come back, because I want to test out those phone lines really bad. So hopefully we'll get some calls tonight. And we got some stories to cover too. I got some extra stuff. Extra little World Wide Web weird stuff we'll probably get to as well. All right, we'll be back after a short commercial break.
He is conducting an experiment into the combined effects of sensory deprivation and hallucinatory drugs. The subject of the experiment is himself, and the experiment is out of control. Ken Russell's Altered States, a film that must not be missed, is in the West End now. Altered States, Certificate X.
This fall, a new hard-hitting police drama is coming to Friday night. He was a well-to-do cop transferred to a troubled precinct downtown. His new partner is a space traveler with a passion for justice. It's Yuppie and the Alien.
Look, you might vaporize dissidents in Alpha Centauri, but in this precinct, we do it by the book.
I'm so terribly sorry, Captain.
Duh, Goog, I'm sorry. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind police drama. They're fighting crime the hard way in designer clothes with $250,000 sports car and a UFO.
Partner, let's go cruise in the car and look moody.
One tough downtown precinct, two outsiders doing things their way. Yuppie and the Alien on VBC.
Paranation Magazine is a new paranormal magazine based out of Denver, Colorado. Our goal isn't just to give you the best paranormal content out there, but to promote paranormal unity. We're doing this by giving everyone an opportunity to tell their stories and to share their experiences. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Paranation Magazine and soon, paranationmag.com.
Somewhere between science and superstition, there is another world, a world of darkness. Nobody expected it. Nobody believed it. And nothing could stop it. The one hope. The only hope. The Exorcist. Warner Brothers presents William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist. The Exorcist, directed by William Friedkin. The Exorcist, rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from Talkstream Live. you'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Bring life to the dead. 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 Bring life to the dead.
Enter the occult world of necromancy. You were brought here for one purpose: necromancy.
A ceremony dating back to the pre-Christian era. It's the art of reviving the dead. It requires involvement with evil spirits by the person performing the act.
The devil god brings life to the dead.
No, please. No, please.
And death to the living. Necromancy. Starring Orson Welles and Pamela Franklin. From Cinerama releasing. In color, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Tonight on Paranormal Soup, it is open lines night. Wow, it's been quite a week before I got here to do this show tonight. We originally had Ann Wynn Avalon scheduled. We got her rescheduled for the 18th. She is author of Water Magic. I've been reading her book. I'm excited to have her on. Too bad I didn't want to schedule her and not advertise the show because I wasn't sure if we are going to be live because a lot happened. And basically, like I said before we went to break, I blew my mixers. Yes, I was getting ready because I'm going to be on a certain show. I hopefully I'm all right saying this. I'm going to be on Kingdom of Nye with Heather Wade on Tuesday night. I'm so excited. And I was getting ready because we're going to do some stuff. I'm not going to give it all away, but I was working on some ITC stuff for her show. And I stupidly plugged the wrong output out from that portal, And I heard, it was right as a fly landed on my portal too. I did, and I smacked the fly away and I plugged it into the wrong thing. And I heard the boof go through both my mixing boards, and I knew they were dead. The crazy thing is, it's just a few days before, two friends of mine came to go on an investigation with me. That's why I had the portal unhooked and I had to reset everything. Katrina Cooper, who everybody knows has been on the show, she's a wonderful medium. She has amazing powers. Amazing abilities to see things. But it wasn't her. It was her friend of mine, Rhodey Speak, who insisted she wanted to buy me a new mixing board. She wanted to help donate to the show. She even showed me a mixing board. I was like, no. And eventually, she wanted to give me that mixing board, and I told her, I'm going to get my own. If you want to help, okay, I'll get a new mixing board, and maybe I could use an upgrade. So I ordered one. This is 2 days before I blew both my mixers, stupidly. It's like she knew I was going to need this help. Rhodey knew. And this show would have been dead in the water if it wasn't for her. We wouldn't be here tonight. We might not have been here for a number of shows for me to get the funds together to replace this kind of equipment. So, Rhodey, I love you. You're my paranormal mom. Thank you so much, because it means the world to me, your support. And it's not the money even. Thank you. It's your love of the show and everybody here who comes every Sunday night to help support the show just by sharing it, watching it, just being a part of it. It all means a lot to me. And that's why tonight is your show. You call in and tell us your paranormal story, your experience, or whatever you want to talk about. You're going to make the show tonight. So let's go ahead and get rolling into it. Okay. So the phone lines are open. I didn't give those out yet. Somebody did try calling in. You can try calling in. I would have kept you on hold. But the phone lines are open. You can call in. They're scrolling by on my screen here, but there's a number of ways you can call in. The main ones I want to try tonight, and somebody did call in on the right one, darn it, is the 260-225-9419. That phone line I need to test, and the Skype ID, Jblandparanormalsoup. Those two definitely need to test. Somebody is calling in. Okay. There we go. See, somebody heard me. All right. Here we go. Fingers crossed.
Hello?
Who do we got on the line?
Marcy.
Who do we got?
Marcy?
Marcy. Hey, Marcy, thank you. You're the first caller. Can you hear me?
You guys are awesome.
Oh.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
That's what you guys are awesome. And a free reading?
Free reading. Oh, Bill, you're already up. I told you, Bill. I told you.
You can do it.
You can do it, Bill. All right. You are the first person to call in on this new setup. So congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Because you don't know how nervous I was before this show.
About as nervous as I am right now.
Yeah, it's about as nervous as Bill is right now. Because when you I even pre-planned it out, did these little pictures and this channel is going to go to here on the audio board, and this is going to work this way, And then when I got to it, I ended up yeah, no, the best laid plans. I had to change some things, but it works. It works. We're here. Yeah. For the audience, know about Bill gets set up. You can call in. Still, there's another line open. You can call in at the Jblandoo Skype ID. That's oojblandoo. Or you can call in at 23. Now I'm messing up my other regular number. 230 or 219-230-4444. 219-230-4444. You can call in on those. And we'll just wait on hold until we call on you. But we got what we said was the Marcy?
Yes.
Marcy.
I'll be on hold.
Well, you're not on hold. You're live right now. Bill's getting set up.
Oh my God.
You're live on show. I don't have a call screener, and I don't screen. I can't screen my calls. As soon as you hear me talking, you're not true. You might hear me talking. As soon as I call on you, you're live. All right, Bill. What do we need to do here?
Do you have a question about something that?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. My question is, will I be getting some good news, maybe within a week or so?
Okay. Is there any certain subject that is referring to?
A job.
Oh, okay. So basically like a career. Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, what I'll do for that, I'll try, because I want to sort of, try to keep this.
Just breathe, Bill.
It's
you're good, buddy.
Bear with me. I'm sort of just.
You're okay.
Fairly new to tarot and
tarot cherry tonight. Do it, Jamie.
I'll do a little two-card reading, and hopefully something good will come up. So
Relax, Bill. Relax and breathe and focus on her energy while you're doing this. Try to connect with her at the same time, and just breathe.
I'll try. And shuffle the cards a bit here and see what comes up.
And yes, I'm the one that talked Bill into doing this, so I am responsible.
He's going to be busy tonight.
Okay. So this looks interesting. As I still am sort of Okay. Because I still do sort of need to use a little bit my what I call my cheat sheets.
It's all right, Bill.
It's perfectly fine. We
To,
all got the cheat sheets.
But the card combination that I came up with is let me see if I can see myself here. Is the 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. And what I like to do with the 2-card readings is sort of try to combine the meanings of the cards into one thing. And now I know Pentacles basically represents and it's something that you asked about a job situation, because that's sort of has a lot to do with that, with the especially with the 3 of Pentacles, because that Pentacles basically represents like material things, many times money and career and finances, and especially with it being the 3, that sort of has to do with growth and creation, and even groups of people, sort of, because it's the number 3, and Cups basically represents like emotions, feelings, creativity, and relationships. So that's to me, that it's it sometimes amazes me still, because like I say, I'm new at this. When
It's all right, Bill.
when I'll get a question and the cards actually seem to relate to what
she said she's starting a new job, right? Or no, you're looking maybe to start a new job, right?
Yes, hopefully something this week.
Okay.
And you actually get something good, right? Because that's a positive card.
Yeah. Yes, both of them definitely. And so it seems like it's to me it looks good, and pretty positive.
Awesome.
And so I would say, keep doing what you're doing, and even because, well, there's several different ways to read the cards, and what I like to do as well is sort of add in what they call numerology, and the 3 and the 8, which these cards are. The 3, is sort of about that too, of achievement of goals, and like I say, groups. That's the number 3, and the number 8 is like accomplishment and attainment, and progress moving forward, and so and it's definitely
full circle.
Looks good. And so I'd say, chances are good that from what I'm seeing here, and I hope if I'm right, and because that's why, like I say, I'm just starting out at doing this, and maybe you could leave a message at a later date, and on
update us
or something, and let me know if my reading was correct here for you, because I would love input from people. Pardon?
I said you won't forget who I am when I tell you, hey, I did get the job. I did, I start in 2 days or so. You won't forget because I'm your first reading.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. And so
that's how you learn.
I've done
You're
it
right.
for people that I know, and I'm dying to find out what the outcome is. You know, if anything is is accurate about what I'm telling people.
Bill, when I used to do tarot, like I was just like you. It's like I would do it for people I know, and I don't know. They tell me I do a good job, you know. But when I really excelled is when I did for people I didn't know at all. I had nothing to guess at or whatever. I had no idea, you know, what to look for. You know what to say. So this is the way to learn, man. This is what Paranormal Soup's about. We're all exploring the paranormal.
Yeah.
So you're learning. Well, thank you, Mercy. Thank you so much for being Bill's first.
And you've done awesome. Like I said, you guys are awesome.
Well, thank you
All
so
of you
much.
together is just like a great combo.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for the good news, and I will let you know how it goes.
Awesome. Great. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, so.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, we got another caller on the line. We got Mike on the line. How you doing tonight, Mike?
Good. Can I ask a question, or do you want to give me a reading? Which one?
Go for your question. But give Bill a break. We'll give Bill a little rest time. What you got, Mike?
Oh,
We
by
got
the way,
time.
I like Bill's shirt. By the way,
It is awesome. Let's play all the way, buddy. Oh yeah, I wish I could play. I wish I could play copyrighted music, man. I'd be playing some Cashmere. Oh yeah, I'd be rocking it out. Or Achilles' Last Stand. Oh my God, I would just rock that song on this show. God, I wish I could do a music license on web. I could do it. On. It's really expensive for radio. Well, it's god awful for video. There's just no way. But what do you got?
Okay.
What do you got for me, Mike? Talk to me, buddy.
Okay. Here's the question for all you guys to try to give the answer. What is the greatest evidence that the afterlife exists?
Well, that's a good question.
And I'll hang up if you want. So
no,
answer.
Stay on, Mike. We can talk. We can discuss. This is what Open Lines is about. You're part of the show, Mike. Hang out for a minute. Don't rush off. No, it's a great question. You know, I can, you know, the best evidence. My answer for this is going to get all like philosophical, I guess. I don't know. The best evidence for the paranormal is there isn't. The best evidence is what something personally that happens to you. Everybody's going to doubt everybody else's story in some little innate way, maybe not. You definitely open to it. You're open. You don't think a person's a liar, but in its own way, it's never going to be truly real till it happens to you. And once it does, then you know there's something possible. There's something in afterlife. I think for most people, and I was talking about this with a friend, I think the most common paranormal experience people have is when a loved one passes and they reach out to them. I've had that experience. Now, I had paranormal experiences before that, but for me to know that the afterlife was real was seeing my grandmother after she passed. It just, to me, it was her letting herself let me know that she was all right, because she had Alzheimer's. I was really worried about her. And sorry, Mom, for bringing this up. It's supposed to be a fun show, but to me, that was, I mean, I'd seen a lot of weird stuff before then, but for a personal level, for me to believe totally after that, I mean, I was already sold that there was probably an afterlife, but that my grandmother coming to me was it. That personal experience sold it to me. I don't think it was any trickery. I don't think it was illusion. I saw her, and it was at my work of all places of the day of her wake. I was getting ready to go there after I got off of work. And, yeah, that to me, it's a personal experience. I don't think, I don't know if science will ever prove it. I don't know. And when science does prove it, it's not paranormal. It's some kind of natural force. And that's what I do believe it is. But I think for anybody's proof, it's personal. I don't, your guys' take.
I would go along with.
I was just going to say, it amazes me how much proof there is out there, you know, photographic and video and, you know, EVPs, voices out of thin air. I mean, how many people have gotten this stuff? You know, I mean, people can sort of, you know, debunk some of the ghost box stuff, I guess, and say, oh, it's just random radios or you know, the pre-recorded apps and that sort of thing. But
audio
when you have voices coming through a recorder, when you're there and you know it's dead silent, in a room or something, and you get a clear as day voice come through in somebody else's voice that wasn't talking at the time, I don't know how people can still say it isn't true. It's like, and so many people all over the world have had that happen and get EVPs and that. And so, I mean, what is it? It's not a defective recorder, because all sorts of different recorders pick up EVPs. I've got EVPs on the audio of my video camera.
But you see, Bill, everything you're talking about, like I agree with you 100%. But everything you're saying is like in defense of all the things skeptics have said towards it, which are always skeptics.
Yeah, exactly.
The proof of the paranormal, it's personal. I think for real proof, for people to know it's something personal.
Definitely.
And that's what I was going to follow up with you, Jason, was when you're talking about that, mine was personal with my dad and the crystal ball story that I've, told you about. And until something, actually personally happens to you, I think is when you have that real aha moment.
Yeah. To me, that's the only way you're going to personally know that there's another side, and that's to me the most common way. Mike, have you had that experience?
Well, yeah, the only one I can say, I was getting a tour at a haunted house here in my town, and the older gentleman was talking, and just going on about things, and I thought I was just standing there listening, and I thought I heard a voice in my ear, a whisper, and I looked at the gentleman that was talking, and it wasn't him. So
oh yeah.
That to me,
ghost whispering
was,
sweet nothings into your ear, Mike. That's kind of creepy. So, yeah, it's a personal experience, man. After that, do you think you became a believer in the afterlife?
Yeah, I mean that just reinforces that something's going on. Yeah,
See, Mike, I had a lot of personal experiences. I've seen ghosts. I've seen things like that. But for me, when I saw my grandmother, that told me there was another side. I didn't feel like she was a ghost. She broke through just to show me she was all right, and she went to somewhere better. There's also dreams and stuff I had, But like I said, for people, I've had a ghost rush right through me at a place on a walkthrough. I mean, it was incredible, feeling. It was just this misty image that went right through me. And another person felt it. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that, but those could be ghosts. It's an afterlife. But when I think of is there a heaven or a better than just being a ghost? That kind of quantified it, was my experience with my grandmother. But definitely ghost experiences. People live in haunted homes are like, yeah, I believe there's something. At least something happens to us after we're dead because of those kind of experiences.
Yeah, I would agree.
In your ear from a ghost.
When the spirit passed through you, did you feel a temperature change or?
No, it was like a tingle. And what's weird is that when I had my grandmother experience, I didn't have that happen to me. I was in the bathroom of my work, steaming some clothes, and I saw her in a mirror. And I went out, and I know I've told this story before, but I went out to my work floor to tell, one of the managers, I work with, that I'm going to take a break. I have to step out. I need a minute. And before I could open my mouth, two of my associates were like, man, something really weird just happened. There was this rush of wind through the store, and the doors closed up front. And the one kid said it went right through me, and it was like this tingling feeling. It was really weird. And they didn't know what I just saw or experienced. So, I mean, I didn't tell anybody. It just happened. So, I mean, that was just like when he said that, I'm like, I'd had that experience. So I knew what he felt. It was like, I swear it was her spirit rushing through my store. We can get Rob's take. I'm sorry, Rob.
Yeah, no, I was going to agree with you wholeheartedly. Ghost boxing and this and that. I'm a skeptic. Sometimes I get to where I'm I'm questioning everything. But the personal experiences that I've had, there's no denying that. I mean, I've seen family members, I've seen friends that I saw a friend that had passed away, and I didn't know that they had passed away yet, and I saw him, and I found out an hour later.
Yeah.
And there's
to me,
Yeah,
that's the proof right there. That personal experience. Linda Dillman put. I got her comment. It feels like a highly statically charged balloon, and that's pretty close. Yeah, I would agree with that. But you can get a reading from Bill if you want one, Mike.
Oh, yeah, okay. Do I have to ask him a question or?
It's on Bill. Bill, you explain what you want.
Yeah, it would be best to if you have some type of question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to know next year with it 2020. Next year, is my investments going to pay really well next year?
Okay, so finances and okay, well, let's see what comes up here. Let me shuffle the cards a bit.
Maybe not. No. I hope it's going to be good. So, but anyway, if this is a free reading, it'll probably be good or bad. So,
yeah. Pucker up, buddy. Here we go.
Let's nothing.
Lose a lot of devil or make a lot. See, I investing. I have my manager is like, yeah, I do this. He doesn't like invest a ton, but a little bit here and there. He's smart. And I'm like, oh man, that's way over my head. I am just not a money guy. I wish I was. I need money. I like money. I like money a lot.
Okay. This is interesting.
That's either good or bad.
Let me make sure that I'm. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Okay.
This is like when your doctor's like looking at your charts. He's not a doctor. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, the two cards I drew is, let me see so I can see my own. Okay, there I am. Is the Star and the Seven of Wands, which is actually seems pretty good. Because I know, the Star card is a pretty positive card, basically like hope, purpose, renewal, and even it has to do with spirituality many times. But it's definitely nothing negative in it in any way, and Wands is basically like about energy and enthusiasm and
okay.
Motivation and
seven is a good seven is a good number, I think.
And yes,
number seven
also is about knowledge and discovery and achievement. Can be also about spirituality. So that's something that spirituality came sort of is in there. So I know that really has nothing to do with finances, but
right. I'm the guy that was threatening to do a Ouija board, and I've done ghost. Yeah. So that could be something going on.
Hold up those cards again. I want to point out something. Hold them up.
Let me see where I am here. Okay.
Hold them up. Okay. So you got the Star, which is like good. Yeah. Looking, pour in the water. Like things are happening. He's mixing it up. You're going to get that money investment. And then you're going to have to fight off all the chicks with that stick.
Yeah.
Fight off a bunch of people wanting your money. I don't know. That's what the pictures tell a story is my point. So I'm not reading for him. I'm just joking, but I'm just saying the pictures tell a story, and that's what I love about tarot. That might have been what I would have read for you if I saw it. You're with a lot of money, and you have to fight off all those women with that big stick.
Well, it's something because that is a big part I know of reading tarot is just what the artwork is itself.
Exactly. There's different meanings.
You sort of put everything together a little bit, because I've learned how to use like numerology, because different numbers, because the cards are numbered, and you put in that and what the different suits, the wands and cups and pentacles and that, what they represent, and you sort of try to put it all together and get the overall picture. And even like the Seven of Wands, it's also about competition and challenge and perseverance to sort of not give up and keep on going, even when it seems like maybe.
The first thing that came to me when I saw that card, I have to say, this is what I always go, Bill, go with the first thing that comes to you when you see the card. First thing that came to me when I saw that card for you is that you're going to be fighting people off. So something about that. That's Jason's take.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not good, because I'll lose money and be mad at the brokers, or whatever.
They're going to be taking too much piece of the action. Let's hope not.
I don't know. It's
better check with your brokers, man. I'm joking, Mike. Don't worry. Listen to Bill. Don't listen to Jason.
Yeah. Could you take the cards to a cemetery? I sound like a fool here.
No.
The fool card. I always bring up cemetery. I don't know why, with spirits or like take do the Ouija board at the cemetery, but I don't know. Can you there's no such thing.
Have a bad time.
I've been thinking about that, actually, because one cemetery that I went to when I was doing some, had my ghost box with me and went to an old cemetery. I was just sort of wandering around through it, and I came to a grave mark. Actually, it was like a really big, elaborate one, and it was a couple. I forget their names, but in great big letters across the monument thing, it said "fortune teller." And I guess one of the people, or maybe both of them, who knows, obviously one or both of them worked as a fortune teller. So I was thinking I should go there and bring my cards and run a ghost box and pull a few cards and see what comes up right at their grave site. And
then the next time we see Bill, there is no Bill, there's only Joel. I'm pointing out something, though. I am pointing out something. The reason I stopped doing tarot, and I know I've probably told this story a bunch of times, is I was doing one over the phone, and I did it for this girl. I played poker. I used to play online poker, and I'd met a bunch of people like, read my tarot, and I'm like, okay, I'll call you. They'd be in California or Texas or wherever, and I read for this one girl. She's like, read my boyfriend, and that guy gave me bad vibes from the moment I heard his voice. And I was saying stuff that he wouldn't admit to, and then I turn and look on my couch, and the lights are really low in the living room where I'm at, and there's this dead guy sitting on my couch wearing like a suit or tux, like there was a suit, he had a tie, and he just like looked at me and smiled, and then was gone, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this phone call. Good tarot reading, buddy. I'm done. And I don't know if it's something I got from him. I don't know, but I quit after that. I really didn't want to do it anymore, because it is just the Ouija board, the spirit box. Just do your reading, do your homework, protect yourself. When you ask for the spirit world, you might get the spirit world in a way you don't anticipate. So just always be careful.
Right. Can I ask one more question before we go?
Shoot away, buddy. You're good.
Is there, all you guys there, is there anything that's called this, or it's where somebody would want to be possessed? Like somebody is
Yes.
that a Yeah, you go ahead and talk about that. And what is there a name for that?
Indwelling.
Besides crazy.
We showed a video. I wish I had it handy. We showed a video. And a real quick 2P for people trying to call in right now. There's another line open if you're trying to call in. Somebody just tried to call in. If I hang up on you, you're on a line that's full. Call in at 260-225-9419 or Skype ID Jblandparanormalsoup. That lines are open, whoever's trying to call in. But indwelling, we showed this video of this guy who's like, demon possession's given a really bad name, but really you can learn how to repossess yourself. It's called indwelling, and you can use blah, blah, blah. And he goes on and on, like just basically hyping up the demonic possession for power and whatever. I'm not joking. There's a whole video of this guy out there. This guy's like a man bun beard thing going and tattooed up and like really nice and calm and really spiritually inclined. I'm like, dude, no.
Yeah, well, you know, I saw something. I forget what group it was, one of the paranormal groups, and there was somebody who quite a few times he was posting up stuff, you know, talking about wanting to purposely summon a demon.
You're talking about.
It's like, okay, yeah, that's a real good idea. Let's summon a demon. Let's try to do that.
That's crazy.
But people do. People do. I do believe people believe in it. And
shows up.
No, you know, you want to get into conspiracy stuff, Mike. Get into conspiracy stuff because you hear like artists like Beyonce talk about like she becomes this other persona. Like, oh, she's just talking about. No, she like listen to her talk about it. It really sounds like some kind of possession. You know, like she's a totally different person. And then they put in all the satanic Illuminati stuff in their music videos. You're like, and I'm not supposed to think you're possessed by an evil reptilian demon somehow. You know, like when you're like throwing it in my face. I don't know. I don't know if I believe in that stuff or not, but you know, it is a bit weird. And those memes of her and her weird faces and stuff. I don't know. Beyonce might possessed. I'm just saying.
I just couldn't believe in the channeling. And I don't know who this crazy guy is. He had a weird name. But I mean, I just couldn't believe it. It's got to be fake. That channeling thing. But what we're talking about is like really getting, or maybe it's like a seance.
Channeling. People channel spirits, and hopefully nothing demonic. But like this guy was like straight out talking about like indwelling of demonic. Like merging. Becoming one of the demons. I'm not joking. I don't know what it was. It was years ago, and we had some fun with it. I don't even remember what episode it was, but I remember playing that video and all of us kind of going, what? Yeah, I'd heard of it, but this guy was like totally like the spokesperson for it or something. Like he had a nice little video made and everything, nice little green screen background and explanations of why it's good. I mean, he explained it all out. I still don't recommend it. Powerful forces, man. We're just talking about Aleister Crowley's house burning down. People thought he was pretty evil, and they're still trying to burn down his house. And that guy's been dead for how long? He believed in indwelling. So I'm just saying, Mike, you sound like you're really interested in the paranormal. You really want to like get into it, but there is a danger. I'm just gonna say it.
I know, and that's why I really haven't been doing it. I mean, I got a K2, I got a ghost box. I mean, I just been away from it. Things have been just going bad for me. I got like bit by these bugs, and I don't know.
Do it when you're. I always say never. It's the dig up a cave and Empire Strikes Back with Luke. If you go in with a lot of negative crap,
those are all the reasons.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get crap back. Yeah.
I guess we're like cats. We're curious. We're like cats, and cats got 9 lives and they get into trouble, and we don't have 9 lives, and yeah, we could really get screwed up, I guess, by this, looking in, interest in it,
You also have to think what's compelling you to want to do this all of a sudden, especially if there's a lot of negative things going on in your life right now. You have to think sometimes the things that we want or we're feeling compelled to want isn't actually, could be being influenced from another source too. So, think about that.
Or just it could be your wild innate curiosity everybody has once they've experienced it. It can become addicting. You want to another taste of what is reality. You know, we want answers. I don't know if you're ever going to get them. You know, but try. You know, experimenting, you can do it. I'm not discouraging you from becoming. You know, but read up, be careful. Don't go willy nilly crazy with the Ouija board out in the cemetery. Is what I'm telling you.
Oh, I don't even have one. I know. I'm sorry. I know you can make one, but no. I mean, let's not go there. I'll let you know if we ever do. But
yeah, let me know. It's great radio, but I worry about your personal safety. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe nothing will happen. You know, I mean, people do this stuff and nothing happens to them. It's all about where you're at, state of mind, intent,
and just start out small and just work on protection and everything, and just take baby steps.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mike, for calling in.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, a great show, and I really appreciate letting me hang out for a minute. And
Thank you for
guys
calling in. I need the phone calls tonight to test because we're testing out the new baby.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, Mike. All right, we got somebody else on the line here. I want to get them before we hit the second commercial break. Who do we got at 405 area code?
It's your buddy old pal Tyler.
Hey,
How you
Tyler.
guys doing tonight?
Hey, man. Did you have a good birthday? I hope.
Yes, I had a really good birthday. It was a shocker, but there's girls in the pool, but they were all married, and I was off in the distance, and I couldn't hang out like that. So, but
I was like, you started saying girls in a pool. I'm like, you had a really good birthday, and then you're like, they're all married. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Damn.
I was all. But there was music, and it was cool. My friends, tried to do
at least
something.
the atmosphere was
Yeah.
like if you took a picture, it looked like a Budweiser commercial. People just don't know the backstory.
Yeah,
the guy over there in the corner is the one that's not married. They're all married.
and the guy in the corner is the birthday boy.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
But at least you had a
anyway.
good time. What's up, buddy? What do you want to talk about tonight?
Oh, not much. Oh man, I wanted to say that flamethrower thing that would be really great for killing spiders.
Somebody doesn't like spiders.
I hate spiders. I wanted to say that before I start talking about this guy that I was watching a video, and he was I'm wondering if you know his name too, because I see so much stuff, and sometimes it's just hard to tell if it's fake news or not. But
fake news.
But he could summon UFOs up, and he could do this prayer. He read it in the Bible, and he could.
I can't think of the name.
Summon
But
these UFOs.
if it's who I'm thinking about, he passed away. He
died.
Yeah.
Yes, he ended up passing away, and I've always
He did it live on a newscast. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, man, that's kind of weird. I'm wondering if people that do see UFOs, are they connecting their minds like he was to see them? Because I was watching that. This is crazy. This is my first I've seen OKC has I don't know. We've had a lot of lights in the sky that I don't explain in different parts of the city. There's videos and stuff.
Imagine what a drone with a flamethrower is going to look like up in the sky.
Yeah,
Dragon.
Right? And
yeah,
that'd be pretty scary. But
look, Mom, it's Pete the Dragon. Run for your lives!
Just killing off all the mosquitoes out there.
Right. What did they list on that? Purposes like killing wasp nest. I like that one. Yeah, because I don't know if you've ever been stung by a wasp. I'd like to torch those SOBs.
But how long before somebody puts an assault rifle onto one?
Well, they don't need. They got a flamethrower, dude. Yeah. Oh my god! I mean, seriously. Hey, that's the way. Tyler, in your mind, I hate to put you in that spot, but why do you think people? What's happened to society? People are snapping like this. Like, what in Tyler's mind do you think would make people snap like this? That's a heavy question. I don't expect you to have an answer totally, but I'm just looking. I mean,
I didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
Do you think they're developing for warfare, for when instead of sending in men into the tunnel rats, you know, instead of sending them down there, send that drone down there. And I don't know, man. It's just scary that they can have.
Well, imagine one of these nutsoids getting their hands. They spend the money on weapons. Imagine them spending it on like, hey, I'm going to go buy a $1,500 drone. I'm going to go buy a $1,500 flamethrower, and I don't even have to be a suicide victim because I can just run this thing through a crowd. That's what I'm afraid of. That's the future of mass attack.
He can be sitting off in by the punch bowl or something, and whips out his controller and puts his finger to his glasses and says, "I'm going to get these guys," and he's gonna.
It's a scary thought.
He's gonna look like that guy from El Paso. I'm sorry. I mean,
but you remember
he's gonna be an average guy.
You remember the Killer Bots episode, or what were they called? Slaughterbots, I think it was. You know, they flew around and then like just went up to people's heads and put bullets in their brains. You know, that's a real possibility.
What if that could be the future of police patrol too? What if we start getting drones where they're flying off?
Oh, that's already in the works, man. That's already in the works.
You know what I'm saying?
That's already.
And then they're gonna have those flamethrowers, and they're gonna.
The police aren't gonna put flamethrowers on it. You know, they're not gonna torch people. You know, police aren't gonna do that. They're gonna use it to catch people. They're gonna use it to like constantly surveil us. You know,
they're already doing that.
Yeah. And we're pooping on the sidewalk, people, because a drone spots your bare ass, and you know it follows you home. The police are waiting for you. You know, Florida, watch out.
And just think, look how fast this technology has boomed. On top of that, man, we were dreaming about this with Back to the Future, man. You know that it's just wicked to think about that. They have the capabilities to harm us like that now. And what are we going to do?
Well, man just comes up with better and better ways to kill each other. That's just how it seems, you know, with innovation. It's like, oh, how can we use this to kill a bunch of people? I mean, it doesn't matter about the drones, though. It's just demands, and that why do we have crazy people out there that want to do that? I would never want, and people play video, say, oh, the video games and media. I watch a lot of horrible stuff. I'm a geek and a sci-fi fan, and I'm not a big horror fan, but I watch a lot of violent stuff. I have since I was a kid, and I play super violent games. My favorite game series is Hitman. Everybody knows. I mean, but I would never want to hurt a person. I would never want to kill a person. It'd be awful. It's the reason why I decided I don't want to be a cop, is I don't want to be put in that position to shoot somebody. I just don't. I don't want to live with that. I don't want to kill anybody. And the fact that we have people that just something snaps in them where nobody means anything to them anymore, and that they could shoot and kill anybody or do anything, is something's broken down fundamentally. And we're having a psychosis, and it seems to be getting worse and worse. We're mentally as a society having a psychosis right now.
I feel like this, okay, and this could be totally wrong to say, but I feel like society is failing the citizens. I mean, although we are like at each other's throats about everything, opinionated as shit, but we're also blind at the same time to what's really going on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We're walking past somebody, like I seen this one lady, she at 7-Eleven, she's passing out. We're just walking past all these people that are homeless. I'm like, you go anywhere else in the country, they got, their eyes are open. They're helping their homeless. They're helping their veterans. They're
yeah, but we're breeding monsters. We're breeding monsters that are, you watch some of these people that commit these acts, and they're not homeless. They're not, they had
what are they
lives.
losing? Are they losing anything? Is the question. Like, are their finances, or are they being coached? Are they being black? There's something gotta be more.
Are we being infected by microwave energy from electronics that's affecting some people? My wife. I need to get in before we get to commercial break. My wife came up with something tonight. We were talking. This is on the paranormal realm, because I think it was Ancient Aliens or somewhere watching where they were talking about reincarnation and how the souls can be split. Like you reincarnate now your soul splits into multiple reincarnations. My wife brought up, she's like, what if these people have become so soulless? Because we've met people that just felt like, stay away from them. They're like completely soulless. Like you can see it in their eyes. I don't know if anybody's had that experience, but you can get a feeling, whatever. But somebody's split too many times. Their soul's been split too many times, and they're just this avatar. They're just nothing. There's no soul there. I thought it was a really interesting idea my wife brought up. I don't know if you believe in reincarnation. I do. She does. We've had experiences. I'm not belong to any religion that says it does, but I believe in reincarnation. And if it's, I don't know if I believe we split our souls up like that, but if it's possible, if that's what it is, I don't know. Something's happening. There's some breakdown. And she's saying like maybe the souls keep are splitting up too much now, and that's why as we grow and all that, because they say that's why they're for the ideas like if there's reincarnation, why there's more and more people. Well, it's because the explanation is the souls get split. You become multiple people. I don't know.
I had one of my encounters with dementia with somebody that I knew. And they were like, they looked and talked and were a whole nother person. Like, I'm like,
oh, she came up with a good theory for that too. She came up with a good theory for that. She said if somebody with schizophrenia, it's not that she believes it. We're just talking like we do on this show, and that's why I love my wife. She was saying, well, and somebody with schizophrenia or somebody like that could be somebody who's had their souls be back reemerged. And that's why all these personalities are coming in, or it's an or just an artifact of reincarnation. Deep thoughts by my wife, Susan Bland. But they were good deep thoughts. I thought I was really interested. I was like, you can call on my show, but she's got to get up early. But that, I thought it was a really good take on it, really good idea. I'll ask you this, Tyler, before we go, because we're going to get a commercial break.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you.
Well, don't leave yet. Real quick. We got a few minutes here. Do you want to hold over for a reading from Bill?
Yeah, I can do that. I've been asking somebody for a tarot card, but I'm just curious what's going on with me. I got to see my son for the past 2 days, so that's change.
Oh, hey, Jamie, I left you a comment in our private thing. I was trying to get you to see it, too. It's about the mic.
Yeah, I'm getting some rattling.
What were you saying, Tyler?
I can hear some rattling a little bit on my end.
It's just it's a muting mic thing you got to take care of. But I can imagine, only getting to see my son once in a while, like because of custody and all that. I'm very feel very lucky that I have the situation I do, because being away from my children even for a day when they spend the night somewhere almost kills me. It's like you think as a parent, I'm like, woohoo, we get a break. I feel that way at first, and then I'm like, oh, the house is quiet. They're gone for the night. It's weird. So you're a good father, Tyler. It's just that's a hard situation.
I try to be a good father as much as I can. I try like I've been trying to show him ABC Mouse program. I'm like, hey, you should bounce into this, man.
Yeah, we tried the ABC Mouse, I think. There's other stuff. I had to tell my wife, my mom was like, I'm so amazed how well your son reads. You know what did it? You don't really get my son. He's into a new book series, which is something I would totally been, as a kid, totally into, is the Magic Treehouse. Because it's a treehouse that could take you anywhere in time. It's totally, like, I would have been into it too. But what really got him reading, I told my wife, I said, it was video games. It was, because he wants to play these games where you got to read, and he'd ask me, like, well, what's that say? I'm like, well, what does it say? So, hey, the games can be good. I got my son to really read. My wife's like, he's so good at it. Also because he has a motive. He has a motive. He wants to find out what they're saying on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, because he's playing the classic. Like a little type up there.
It's the time and effort you put into him. I'm amazed at I think he's 3 years old now, my nephew. He can point, because he's been doing that. He can point and say hexagon, pentagon. I'm like, what? What are you saying? I didn't even know those words when I was that age. I mean,
I got a 3-year-old that surprises me every day with stuff he comes out and says. Yeah, Yeah, every day. And
I'm
not a day that goes by he doesn't surprise me with something he says. Usually, it's like, okay.
and what I really like too is my son will tell me like the night before, he's like, I had this dream and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, this is weird. This is.
I'm always
this is Forrest
interested.
Gump here.
I always, when my kids wake up, you can ask them. I always go, so we have good dream, bad dream. What happened? What were our dreams like? I always am interested to know. I feel like I'm like, I later on think they're going to grow up and think my dad was weird.
Yeah.
I'm just interested to know because I'm curious what goes, because I remember my dreams as a kid, so I was just interested in, boy, my 7-year-old though, boy, he tells me he has some crazy dreams. So, all right, Tyler, hold on. We're going to go to commercial break here. When we come back, Bill's going to read your tarot. Bill Perry, tarot. Get used to it, Bill. This is what it's like. We're all learning here. That's what I love about the show. We all learn something. This is a place to explore, be open, not afraid, to talk about these things and explore the paranormal. All right, guys, we're gonna go to commercial break. We'll be after the short commercial
When Alex Gardner is asleep, he has an extraordinary gift. The government wants it, the scientists want it, but to keep it may cost him his life. It might be better if Alex didn't sleep at all, but he cannot resist entering the dreamscape. Can you? See Dreamscape in the West End and all over London now. Certificate 15. It takes an extraordinary adventurer to enter the Dreamscape.
Knights of the road, here's your stallion. The car for freedom. The car for hot excitement. The car for a man who is alone against the elements.
Batsu Thunder.
The pride is back. It's the power of a compact.
It looks small, but it's so big.
Fuel injected.
Inject me.
My Batsu Thunder. On the toll road of life, you have to pay to prove you can. Live the emotion of an individual. The awesome power of nature distilled into one vehicle. Wow. Because after you get struck by lightning, there's thunder.
The Waibatsu Thunder.
Tired of school?
Who was Joan of Arc?
Noah's wife? Like to travel?
Let's go back into history. Let's reach out and touch someone.
Want to meet people in the past?
Put them in the Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden? Excellent! Execute them. Otis.
Then hitch a ride with George Carlin, Keanu Reeves, and Alex Winter in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure from Orion Pictures.
Hi, Jill. What are you making?
I'm making average noodles for my kids.
What are they like?
They're distinctly average. This one is broccoli flavour.
That is very average. I could barely raise any extreme enthusiasm for those whatsoever.
You should try their other flavours like carrot, plain fish and potato.
Are they quick to prepare?
Compared to other noodles, you mean?
Yes.
They're pretty average, actually.
Well, I might just possibly go and maybe buy some sometime, in a bit, perhaps.
Yes, I'm sure your whole family will be mildly interested in average noodles.
Average noodles, they're okay, just nothing special.
Hi, Jill! What are you making? I'm making super noodles. For your kids? Stuff that. For me. What flavour are they? They're magnificent mild curry. Oh, they are super! Wait till you try their other flavours, like sudden fried chicken, barbecue beef, and cheese and ham. Wow, Jill! This has changed my life! Now I really appreciate the meaning of the word super as an adjective. Mummy, quiet! Yes! In fact, let's invite the whole street round for tea! Yay!
Bachelor super noodles, not named super for nothing.
was only a warning. Damien, Omen 2. Now showing at the Leicester Square Theatre. Certificate X. Available in paperback from Futura Books.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from Talkstream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything is 42.
42?
Yes, I thought it over quite thoroughly. It is, it's 42. It would have been simpler, of course, to have known what the actual question was.
But it was the question. The ultimate question. Of everything.
That's not a question. Only when you know the question will you know what the answer means.
Tonight on Paranormal Soup is Open Lines Night. That means you, the audience, call into the show. You make the show. I want to hear from you tonight. It's your time. Your time to come on, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Let's have fun, but if you want to talk about something serious, there's a lot of seriousness going on. We can get into it. Just nothing political. I don't care about politics. I don't think anybody watching my show does. But you want to talk about the strangeness of this world, the craziness of this world, I'm all game. We can do it because there's a lot of craziness that's been happening in the last 24 hours, obviously. We have Tyler on hold on one of the phone lines right now. But you can call into the show. Like I said, talk about what you want. Get a reading from Bill. Tyler's holding on right now for a tarot card reading for Bill. Be easy on Bill. He's learning. This is what it's about. Paranormal Soup is exploring the paranormal, having a place where you're not afraid to ask questions, to explore or tell your story. That's what this is. That's what I do this show, is we can all connect and feel comfortable, and nobody's going to call us crazy, and if they do, we don't care, because this is our show, our place to do it. But you can call in. There's a number of ways to do it. You can call in at 219-230-4444. That's 219-230-4444. You can also call in on Skype ID Jblandparanormalsoup. Those lines are open. There's also the 260-225-9419 line, and then there's the Jblandparanormalsoup Skype ID. Those are the ways to call in. If I hang up on you, just wait or try a different line. But let's go ahead and get back to the show. All right, we should still have Tyler on the line. You see? Still with us, Tyler?
I'm here.
All right. Bill, are you all ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Get Bill
Hey,
up
what's
on
going
the
on,
screen
Bill?
here.
Finally.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to finally talk to you, Bill.
Yeah. And did you have a specific question or something you wanted to ask about, or?
Yeah, I'm kind of I'm curious. I am in a really bad season. I've been in it for a while, and I planted seeds here and there. And I'm just wondering, how do I need to what change do I need to do? That's probably my better question. What change do I need to do to make those seeds grow?
Okay.
Which seeds we talking about, Tyler?
Me going to college.
Okay, those kind of seeds.
Seeds of life.
I changed my life pretty much.
Right.
We'll talk about those ones. Never mind.
I'm thinking like a Bob Marley song in my head, but it's.
I figured you weren't talking about literal seeds like you were planting tomatoes or something. So,
well, we've gotten a lot of rain down here in Oklahoma this year, which is shocking. So everything's green here for some until probably end of August. We're thinking.
Well,
but
don't
it's
talk
still
about
green.
getting a lot of rain. That's what shut down this show for a good month. Oh, God.
Sorry, sir.
Well,
I'm telling you what, man, because I spent a lot of money to get this basement back together, and not as much money as I feared I was going to have to spend. And thank you to my father for helping me. But I would have done SOL after building my mixing boards if it wasn't for Rhodey. So again, I want to say a big thank you to Rhodey Speak and Katrina Cooper. We wouldn't be here tonight.
okay, so we draw out a couple of cards here. Interesting. Wow, that's something. I actually got one of the cards that I had before. And, well, I'll show you here what I just drew out.
The beauty of a webcast. For those listening on Paranormal Soup Radio Network, you can see the cards.
Or listen. And the cards I drew, because I've been doing the 2-card readings. I don't know, I like doing those. The Magician and the 3 of Pentacles. And the Magician, that's actually sort of one of my favorite cards.
Mine too.
Definitely a very positive card. Sort of, that because it's a lot about sort of manifesting what you want to happen in life, making, like setting your goals of what you want, and the sort of the idea that you can do anything you want when you set your mind to it, sort of thing. And the same thing with the 3 of Pentacles is sort of Pentacles sort of relates to material things, lots of times about can be finances, or even just even like things, material things, basically.
Does that mean also I have a lot of hands and things? With the tentacles. What's really weird about that card is I got an octopus tatted on me.
What was that again?
I got an octopus tatted on me. I have the Kraken on me.
Oh.
I have tentacles. Yeah.
Oh, no, not tentacles. Pentacles.
Oh.
Like the little 5-pointed star, which is sort of, about, many times that has to do with like
At least you didn't think he said testicles.
Money and career and work and finances. And with the 3 of Pentacles, a lot of times that's about like achievement of your goals and growth and creation.
Oh wow!
And like I say, the Magician is a really good one, because that's sort of all about like manifesting what you want out of life, and sort of the idea that you can sort of, like a magician, can sort of make anything happen that you put your mind to, and that the things that you want will come to be, and so it seems like like you say, with your schooling and the changes that you're making in life, I'd say just keep doing what you're doing, and it will probably work out all really, really well, from and let me know if this is right, and well, I know you call into the show a lot, so I'll probably hear as time progresses, because That's what you know. I'd like to know.
Or I might just put you on a song or two.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, I
give you credit there.
I play guitar, so if you, I don't know what.
I've heard you play there, Bill. You're a brilliant guitarist too.
I could add a little something to it if you'd like.
Go slash on you, man.
But so yeah, I hope that's seems like definitely some good cards there, and
they look like good cards for you. Yeah, it looks like it means you're building things, you're making things happen, man. You got to keep working at it.
Yeah, and that's what even too, like the Three of Pentacles, it sort of shows a guy, he's like working on a
show the card.
A couple of I don't know if let's see.
There's a little glare, but we can see it. Hold it up.
It's like a guy sort of working on something, standing up on a little
doing masonry.
Doing some doing sort of some masonry work while these two other people are watching him, sort of like, he's sort of like, this is how you do it here,
Those two cards I see, the Three of Pentacles and the Magician, it's an easy story of work on making the magic happen, man.
Yeah. Make the magic, Tyler. Make the magic. Musical magic.
I'm doing it, man, as much as I can, and I put my son. I'm like, hey, pick out the drum sound, and then I just built on it, and that's his song.
And make me some music. Make me some more music for the show, Tyler. Make me some more music for the show.
I got 4 songs I think I need to show you, so I got you, man. One way or another.
the last song we play for the last commercial break, that is written by Tyler himself.
Thank you for that. That's such a great honor, man.
Well, thank you for the
you
music.
You guys are
I need
awesome friends, and I can't wait to meet you guys one day in life.
You will eventually. We'll figure out a way, Tyler. You have a great night, bud.
Later, guys.
Later.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, guys, you can call in 219-230-4444, 260-225-9419. And then there's the Skype IDs, oojblandoo, that's oojblandoo. You can call in at Skype ID Jblandparanormalsoup as well. My email is paranormalsoupjbland@gmail.com as well. I always forget to tell people that. But call in. The phone lines are now open, completely open. So I need callers. But there was something I wanted to, one of the articles tonight, I don't want to read the whole thing because it's a little long, but it's from mysteriousuniverse.org, which has got great articles. This one, and we do have somebody on the line, of course, as soon as I do this, but I will just hang on there on the line. This one, I worry about my friends over there, like you, Jamie, in California. When I see an article like this, NASA won't say why its aircraft has been circling the San Andreas Fault. They won't say. They can't say why. On July 22nd, 2018, a NASA-operated aircraft made a long, low-altitude survey of areas struck by recent California earthquakes. Flight tracking website flightaware.com tracked the path of the McDonnell Douglas DC-870, registered to NASA under the call number NASA 817, and images of the aircraft flight path showed it have been clearly zigzagging directly over the San Andreas Fault. Is NASA worried about the big one coming? The aircraft flew well over 1,000 feet of large portions of its flight, frightening and confusing Southern California residents below. It was scary a little bit. You didn't know if it was going to land, said CBS NLA anchorwoman Jasmine Vale. Everyone kind of stopped in their cars looking up. It was a big and loud. I don't have the pictures or up anything of this, but NASA won't really come out. I can't read the whole article. It's long, but they won't come out and say why. If it is because you're worried about the San Andreas Fault, then tell us, but they don't want to panic. But that worries me that they want to say, make up something. That's a lie. You do it all the time. You do it all the time.
Surveying from the...
Yeah, we're just surveying. We're doing, don't worry, nothing to worry about here, people. Lie, NASA, you do it all the time. Not to say anything or won't comment. It's not, that's worse. we can at least try to pick apart your lie. Give us some little bit of hope that maybe we're just conspiracy nuts, but you don't say anything. I don't know, Jamie. I worry about you out there in California.
Mm-hmm.
Just, duck and cover. I know that's nuclear blast.
I'm a good swimmer.
Duck and cover and kiss your butt goodbye.
Yeah. All right, we got somebody on the phone line. We got Zach on the phone line. How you doing tonight, Zach?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, brother. It's Sunday night. I'm listening to Paranormal Soup, smoking a great cigar. I'm having a great time. How about you?
Doing good. So how's the haunted shop been?
It's been pretty quiet. Haven't had any activity this week, so if anything else comes up, I'll let you guys know.
Yep, let us know. I'm always interested. The spirits are smoking cigars with Zach. So what do you got for us tonight, Zach?
Well, I was hoping to get a tarot reading.
All right, Bill, you're up. I told you, buddy.
All right.
Nobody will want it. Oh, yeah, they'll want readings.
Just a few. Okay. Have a specific question?
Yeah. How can I be able to generate a lot of revenue by the end of this year in my cigar business?
Okay.
Is there somebody else there with you, Zach, talking?
I hear that too, Jason.
Their mother.
Okay. Just making sure we're not getting voices over the
quite a ways
line.
away.
Okay. I heard a voice, so.
It's ghosts.
I had somebody called in on the other line. If you call in and you hear us talking, but we're not answering you, it's because you're on hold. So if you call in, just wait till I call up on you. I'll call out your area code or your name if your name's there.
Okay. So sort of what you can do to increase your finances.
Finances, profit margin, generate a lot of revenue.
Okay.
Make that money.
Not sure what will come up, but I'll see what comes up. Let's see.
Oh no, my mouse is doing that crap again. Remember last week I was like, my mouse. And well, Bill's getting a little like this is what I go through. Technical problems. Just a stupid mouse bugging me. I went and uninstalled it, the Bluetooth from it, redid the Bluetooth, thought that fixed it, and it just did to me. Better not start doing it again. Stupid mouse.
Mine's
You need to buy a new one. Yeah, otherwise you're gonna be hearing me gripe about my mouse all night. All right, go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see here. Okay. Well, the two cards because I've been doing the little 2-card drawings here, and interesting. I got the Hermit and the 5 of Wands. And I know like the Hermit card is a lot about like sort of soul searching and your sort of on sort of a bit of a journey and it usually has a lot to do with sort of making that sort of on your own, and if that makes any sense, to sort of trying to figure things out and because obviously the Hermit, he's sort of but also he's sort of, you know, the wise old guy that's, you know, on a bit of a journey there, sort of on his own, and figuring things out. Whereas, you know, the Five of Wands is a bit about like conflict and change, and sort of even sort of, you know, fighting for what you want. Because if you notice, even like the imagery on the card here, I don't know if it'll come across on the
Yeah, show it.
sort of like five guys with these big sticks sort of fighting each other.
No, wait, I got it right here. No, yeah, they're not working together.
Exactly, and it's sort of, you know, about a bit of conflict, and you know, getting through that, you know, because it's about, you know, a lot of times competition and sometimes, you know, disagreement, and so I would say, you know, with the two of those combined, because I've been, you know, trying to do this sort of combining the two cards into one thing that makes sense with the two card readings. I try to, you know, put them together, and so I would say, you know, with that, it seems like, you know, there's some conflict going on, and maybe you sort of need to take a little time by yourself to, you know, listen to your own inner, you know, inner thoughts, and sort of, you know, take the time to sort of, you know, search your own thoughts on what you need to do to resolve that conflict, and I don't know, if that makes sense.
Feelings you must.
So I don't know if that makes any sense. If there's some sort of conflict sort of thing, you know, going on that would be keeping you from achieving your goals, and that you could, you know, figure out a way to resolve. Uh-oh, you there?
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, okay.
You hear Zach?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just taking a puff out of my cigar.
Oh, all right. But
Think about all that money.
Anyway, so I don't know if that makes any sense at all. You know, if there's, you know, any type of conflict or disagreements going on that's keeping it, you know, from happening.
Too many sticks getting in the way.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. But so, you know, maybe a bit of soul searching and time to think it over yourself, to, you know, I don't know. I know that doesn't exactly answer the question that you were asking, but
well, does that help, Zach? Does it give you an idea?
You know what? It does give me a lot of ideas, and I mean, there's stuff that goes on, nothing that I can't really talk about that much. I know, like, especially, I mean, during the summertime, at least out here in Arizona, you know, for our industry, I mean, the sales definitely go down because of the heat, you know, whereas in other places, you know, it usually happens in the winter time. And
yeah, smoking a cigar in 100-degree temperatures
I
is
mean,
kind of
even just
crappy.
Yeah, especially in an old Adobe building as well. It doesn't always make it the best experience. But I mean, we definitely do the best we can, though. It's definitely achieve the goal that we're looking for. Plus, also, yeah, we did have a some conflict where somebody from another shop actually reported us over to the liquor board.
Ooh.
And for the time being, I mean, we can't have any kind of alcohol on the property that we're leasing from. And originally we were underneath a restaurant where we leased the building from. We were under their liquor license. And later we found out it was somebody who used to work at one of the other shops in the valley. They no longer work for them now because of it. But basically it's somebody that was just trying to get rid of the competition. So maybe 501s maybe has something to do with that, or maybe it's, but
well,
yeah,
I when I see that,
tells a lot.
When I see that car, my immediate thought is that you and other people you're trying to work with aren't coordinating.
Yeah, I get trust your intuition, your gut feeling. You have a path that you want to do, and don't let anybody interfere with that.
Take your time to figure it out. All right. Well, thank you, Zach, for calling in.
All right, guys. Harry, thank you so much for the reading, man. Thank you guys for allowing me to call on in. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing the rest of the show tonight, guys.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you. All right, we got another person on the line here. Let me get the volume up. Who do we get at 540 area code?
Hey, Jason, it's Christy. How are you?
Hey, Christy, thanks for calling in.
Hey, Jamie. Hey, Rob, Barry.
Hey, Christy.
How's it going?
Good, good. I just wanted to get a reading from Perry.
You're up again.
Here we go. Okay. Have a specific question or topic of some sort?
Yeah. Well, I guess a lot of people know I always have a lot of projects going on, and I kind of wanted to get some advice as to what do I need to focus on to make my business more successful.
Okay. Well, let's see what comes up here.
And again, phone lines open right now are the 219-230-4444 or Skype ID Jblandparanormalsoup. You can call in. Those lines are open right now. Actually, which line did you call in? Because I forget that this one line switched out. Which one did you call in on, Christy?
The 260.
Awesome. Okay. So yeah, 230-4444 or 219-230-4444. That one is open.
I kept trying to get through on that one, and I kept getting the voicemail. Or one time I even got a weird message.
Some people have told me that somehow, because it's like a line I buy, and if it's full, it'll redirect you to something weird. I've heard, but if you call in and you get hung up on or get redirected, it's because somebody else is on that line. I have two lines that share two different ways: a phone number or Skype. And if I have Skype on that line, you call in on the phone, well, it's gonna kick you off because I'm on Skype.
Terry, you're making me nervous with those faces.
No. I'm not sure if this is going to exactly answer the question that you had.
Just go for it.
But what came up was the 7 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. Now, the 7 of Cups sort of makes sense to what you were asking about, because I know you were saying that about having multiple things that you're working at, and that's sort of what that has to do with. If you notice, the artwork on the card there is sort of a person looking at these 7 cups, and there's all these different things in each cup, and it's sort of about like having multiple things to choose from, and sort of sometimes like having too much to, there's different things in each of the cups there, and it's sort of about making a choice of which path to go down, and oddly both the number 7 and the cups have to do with sort of like spirituality and emotions and even sort of relationships and things, but then the three of swords is quite different, because that has a lot to do with like emotional pain and heartbreak and that sort of thing. That's why it's showing like the 3 swords going through a heart and sort of rain clouds in the background. So so I'm not sure what to make of that. And there's definitely saying that you've got all these choices in front of you, but then yet the as far as like in a numerology sort of way of looking at the 3, in that it's sort of about achievement of goals and growth and creativity, as well as even with the 7 is sort of about spirituality and discovery and knowledge. And even one of the cups, I don't think it'll come across on the camera here, is like overflowing. Oh, there it went into focus. It's sort of overflowing with like what looks to be gemstones.
Yeah.
And and I know that's one of your businesses. I guess it helps a little bit that and with the 3, that's about can be about creativity and creation, and so maybe it's because it's showing that you have multiple paths to multiple things to choose from, and so maybe I know with the gem thing, you're creating things, and so I mean, but then there's the whole thing of the the 3 of hearts is sort of about heartbreak and sort of emotional pain and that. So I don't know if that makes any sense.
Hey Bill, do you use upside down, right side up at all?
I haven't done.
Going on?
What's that?
No.
Sorry.
You're hearing bad static? You there, Christy? Well, that's usually a bad sign.
Uh-oh. You there?
You there, Christy?
I can barely hear you guys.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Yeah, right? That's the first tonight.
It's like an old phone line. It's like really terrible static going on.
Let me see.
And now nothing.
Uh-oh.
You hear me?
I just heard you hear me, and that was it.
Well, I just heard that. You hear me now? You hear me talking? Yeah, right?
I'm hearing like a really high electrical buzz sound.
Oh, boy. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let me unplug her and replug her back in.
Ghosties.
Okay. All right. I replugged you in. How are we now? You hear me?
It's better. I still have a little bit of static, but I can hear you.
Okay. Don't like the idea of the static. I don't know where that's coming from.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Testing out these phone lines, like, because this is this is the line that I use for guests. So I would hope it doesn't happen.
Now, are you guys hearing the buzzing in the background? It's almost like electricity.
No, I don't.
I don't hear it at all.
I very, very faintly hear almost, but what I'm hearing, it's like a vacuum cleaner running like in a background almost.
See, I don't hear it at all.
Might be
But
here.
it's very, very faint.
Nothing going on here.
Well, I have my air conditioner on, so unless you're hearing that,
Maybe
Jamie.
I don't know.
But
it's weird. I didn't have any
Yeah,
problems.
I don't think so. It's like like it's like those really old like I don't know. I don't have a phone like that anymore, but like a regular landline when it gets bad static on it after a storm, that's kind of what it sounds like.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't hear any of that here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. I don't know.
Let me try this.
But anyway, I hope you heard what I was saying about the card there. And,
I think I heard most of it.
Okay.
Okay.
You still get that static though?
Well, I don't know. To me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense about what you asked, except for the Seven of Cups makes perfect sense because that's all about the all the multiple choice sort of things in front of you and needing to choose that path and but then the Three of Hearts sort of is throwing a curveball to me because that's sort of about sort of heartbreak and grief and sort of
Three of Swords, right?
What's that?
The Three of
You said
Swords.
Three of Swords.
Yeah, Three of Swords was the other card and that I drew out. And so that's sort of about emotions and heartbreak and that sort of thing. So that wouldn't have too much to do with the
question that I asked.
Career thing. Although, well, looking at it from, like I say, because I like to use the numerology sort of thing into it, and the number 3 is if you just ignore the symbolism of that, and with the number 3 being there, that's sort of about achievement of goals and growth and creativity. So maybe to and I mean, since I sort of know that you do one of your jobs has to do with that, maybe that's what it's showing there to concentrate more on the creative gem sort of thing that you're working on, and the jewelry stuff, because that would have to do definitely with the creativity sort of part of it. So I don't know if that
got it.
I gotta ask, are you still getting the line buzz?
It's not. No, not now.
Now I turned something else down, and maybe that was causing it. I don't know. I was messing with the knobs, and you might have heard Bill cut out for a minute. That was me because I was messing with something. But
now I'm hearing a little bit of noise in the background. It's kind of like I don't want to make the sound, but it's like a it's kind of like a
that I hear.
sound.
That I hear, and I think that's from
You
my
hear
mic.
that? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
that's airflow on a mic. So as long as it's not the electronic static you were hearing, which could have been an open feed line that I had there, I didn't think about. But I'm glad you called it
Yeah,
out. Thank
I mean,
you.
it doesn't. Yeah, thank you. All right, bye bye.
All right. Well, hey, Christy, real quick, because I'm paranoid. How does it sound? All right. Otherwise, just that static is gone. This is why I test tonight. I want to make sure.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of background noise. Again, it sounds like an old phone line.
Yeah.
But if you're not hearing it on your end, that's great.
Yeah. Well, as long as you can understand me, because I'm going to have guests on this phone line. So if you were a guest, would you be able to deal with it? Would it be horrible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this part right now, yes. Earlier when we had the other issue, no. But yeah, right now it's fine.
Okay. You don't know. People don't understand being a radio. I know my friend Heather Wade. I'll mention. I got to plug this again. We'll be on Heather Wade's show Tuesday night. We're gonna try some ITC. I hope. And she understands this pain. It's like when you say, "Oh, I hear a feed or something's wrong or something technical." It's like the color. I don't know if people can see the color drain from my face. I think I had it on Bill, but it's like, oh, it's worse feeling.
I mean, I think it's always something. I mean,
Well, that's what me and Heather were talking about. It's always something. It's always like a fight to get things right. And so, man, your heart drops. Like, I just got this set up. Don't tell me, because then it's going to be hours of me trying to figure out what the heck it is. That's what you think. Like, am I ever going to figure it out? So thank you. Thank you so much, Christy.
I think if you've got most of it working, then, just don't worry about the rest of it.
Well, I don't want to kill my guests with a buzz feed. So when you said that, I'm like, no. So, well,
yeah, but see, we're like family. It doesn't bother me that much.
Well, hey, I would say, that three of swords is like, could be, I always say this, sometimes the swords can represent people or three people, you and maybe two others. Think about that too. I've had that in readings where it sometimes represents people involved. Usually in the number 3, you and two other people.
Gotcha.
So
something to consider. Well, I will definitely reflect on it.
All right. And you let us know.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, have a good night.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Seriously, it's like I didn't have the camera. I mean, probably I don't know if Rob can see with the little screen of me, but the color just go, oh no, like just technical problems. That's why I was like, I didn't want to bring a guest on tonight, because I'm like, when you have new somebody said I heard a crackle noise. That was me unplugging. Okay, so what I have set up on this rig is a phone. It's on a thing called an iRig. It plugs into an iPhone, and this is a newer iPhone. It doesn't have an audio port, so I had to get an extra extension. Yes, this is technical stuff, but I had to get an extra extension for it to plug in the audio, and that was me unplugging it and replugging it back in. So that was the crackle you heard. Usually I'd mute it, but I'm like panicking, like, oh, this better fix it. Oh, and jam it back in. Work, please, dear God. And then I realized that one of the knobs was turned up. That might have been causing it. I'm hoping that was the problem. Please let me have fixed it. God. The phone lines are open. I saw somebody ask about international. I do buy phone lines. I believe they can take international calls. Try it. Skype is definitely available. You can call in on Skype for sure, the international, but you can try the phone lines 219-230-4444. There is the 260-225-9419, which that's a Google Voice. Bill, Google Voice take international calls? I would think so.
I don't know.
I would try the Google Voice, because the other one is a sideline number. I don't know if that takes calls or not. But you got somebody trying it out on sideline, so we'll find out here. Maybe. There we go. Takes a second. Who do we got at 807 area code?
It's just Laura Lee. Hi, how you doing, Jason?
Hey, Laura Lee. It takes calls from Canada. We know that.
Yeah, you can call in from anywhere. If you've got a long distance calling number, like if it's free, then anybody can call you from anywhere in the world on that number. And Skype as well.
I pay for a lot. There's an app called Sideline. You can buy a phone number. It's like $70 a year. And I don't remember. Yeah. I would think you should be able to call international.
Yeah, I've called in on both before.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know where the person was calling from.
I'm in Canada. You know what? It would probably be
Ontario,
in the UK or somewhere. They have to look up the calling code to call into America. That might be what it is.
That might be a possibility.
Yeah, because when I've had to call Australia or I've had to call the UK, I've had to look up the calling number because my phone won't accept the dialing code. So if you Google it and figure out how to call into the US from wherever you are in the world, they'll give you instructions. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. I think the only time I've ever called anybody internationally is I've been on Skype, but sometimes
okay.
That But I don't know. I'm trying to think if I've had somebody internationally besides you. I mean, call from Canada, but somebody across the pond or somebody call in on one of my lines. I've had Australia call in, but I think it's always been on Skype.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have an international calling number now that with doing radio and stuff, I needed one because not everybody has Skype or whatever else. So
I when I did it, I didn't think about it being a problem, but I don't know. Now I start thinking about it. I don't know. I think you can call it. Try it. Whoever it is, try it after Laura Lee calls. Try the Skype line number or try the Google Voice. But how are you doing tonight, Laura Lee? Thank you for calling in.
Oh, I'm doing good. Thanks. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. So what do you got for us tonight?
Lots of things. What's kind of on my mind is you were talking about demon possession, and I'm going to ask about this. I won't give away any details, but somebody that I've known for a long time has had a lot of paranormal activity. I always say the more I don't want to deal with this, the more it finds me. If you ever ran into somebody that you've never seen any signs of a possession before, and all of a sudden in front of you, like everything on video, like levitating, not their voice, not their face, nothing.
Really?
I started having more activity at my house because of this.
But this is a
And
friend
I've
of
never
yours
heard
that's
of
going through this?
before. Like usually you see, some kind of signs from the research I've done, or have you ever seen anything like that?
Laura Lee, this is a friend of yours that's going through this?
It's somebody I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And just out of nowhere, they're suddenly like intense paranormal activity. Demonic.
No, they've had paranormal activity for a long time.
Oh.
And they connected with me probably about 4 years ago. And excuse me, they were going through a really stressful time in their life. And they started talking to me about something, mirrors. They happened to have antique mirrors underneath their bed. They took the antique mirrors out. The first one, I witnessed this on camera. A water bottle came flying out from nowhere. They took the second mirror out, and I could hear them saying, "Holy crap, the mirror was cracked right in the middle and cracked out all to the sides." And then that's when all heck broke loose. Never seen anything like this with this person before, ever.
Were they the ones storing the mirrors under there, or they found out that somebody had been storing mirrors under their bed?
They were storing, they were given to them. Mm-hmm.
And
I've never known about these mirrors ever before.
I wonder what they talk about mirrors being gateways or portals and that, what it would mean to have it under your bed.
I guess that's what I'm getting into. Like, do you think it was like maybe a gateway, something broke through? Have you heard of anything like this before?
Well, I know mirrors. I mean, if they're antique, how they used to cover the mirrors, when people had the funeral homes and stuff like that, because they're afraid the spirits getting trapped in them. I know the old superstitions and stuff. A mirror being cracked, if they broke
That's almost what I was feeling.
7 years bad luck, but I don't know if that means demonic possession. I don't know. But it sounds serious. And you know what, I when you said it suddenly happened, I'm like, well, that doesn't, these things usually have a build up. So yeah, they've been experiencing paranormal for a while.
So they've been experiencing paranormal for a long time.
Yeah, let's just say I couldn't imagine being out of nowhere.
With them. Yeah, let's just say, I kind of was shocked. It drained all my phone batteries, and I couldn't call through to anybody because I was trying to get some help for them. I eventually was able to get, who Derek is, by Sky Cloud. Took me about a half hour to be able to connect, and we tried to help them a little bit. And somebody else that was trying to help them too. But what was also happening on the second phone call is it completely blocked this person out that was trying to help. Only I could hear and see what was going on. It's the craziest thing.
Well, they say, they say demons, somebody's trying to help them will stop it or do what they can. People that have experienced exorcists say they kind of know something's up when things start happening after they make an initial contact with a client, So, yeah.
Oh, I thought I'd ask. You guys were talking about this, and I thought, I wonder if anybody's ever heard of anything with mirrors. One thing I will tell you, when the first mirror came out from under the bed, and this person removed it, all I could hear was like, shh, 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 like somebody putting their finger to their mouth. The one that was intact. The second one they pulled out, I didn't hear anything. But as soon as I looked at it, like I said, it literally looked like it started in the middle and completely cracked out to all corners, like almost like a spider web, like something had escaped from it.
Christina.
I
from
know
the
you
chat.
think this sounds crazy. I know.
No, come on. Who are you talking to here? Christina from the chat room.
I know.
Well, Christina from the chat room, she said, I like her comment here. Many believe mirrors are not to be in a bedroom or placed under a bed, and sounds like they need to cleanse and sage. And yes, demonic will do what you're talking about. But the whole like mirrors shouldn't be under a bed. Yeah, that it sounded weird to me. Like that just doesn't. That sounds like a bad idea.
Well, when they told me, that's what I said. What the H are they doing under your bed? I said, all these years I've talked to you, you never told me this.
Oh,
I said,
Jamie.
you got to get those out of there and get them out now.
There are some superstitions. There are some superstitions where people will place mirrors under the bed. It's supposed to like keep the love alive, but they would have to have intentionally done that.
Because they were really big and heavy.
Listen to
That's
what
all.
Jamie's.
They didn't. Yeah.
Hold on. Listen to what Jamie's got to say about this, though.
But there are a lot of really bad reasons for not keeping mirrors either facing your bed or under the bed, that they may have opened something by accident without even realizing it.
What about mirrors on the ceiling?
Yeah, mirrors on the ceiling. I have a mirror. We have a dresser in front of our bed, and there's a big mirror that like faces our bed, like in front of it. So that could be bad to have like mirror like facing your bed, Jamie.
Yeah, and I used to sleep. Right now I have mirrors against my bed. I face away from it, but the old house I had mirrors on the whole wall. I actually would anoint all of my mirrors with oil and.
So my wife might have done something like that already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
that's a
believes in that
good
stuff,
idea. That's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
That's really
I was just
interesting.
wondering if anybody had heard of that before. I had heard of it before, but like I said, it was just so weird how quickly this all escalated once this discussion about it had actually happened. They had brought up with me that they had heard that mirrors on an outside wall could be a portal. I said, as far as I understand it, any mirror could be a portal.
Yeah, but these aren't any normal mirrors, though. These aren't any normal mirrors. These are antique mirrors that we don't know the provenance.
Yep.
We don't know the provenance of these, right? We don't know where they came from.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know,
Mhm.
I said
It was just
Antiques Roadshow, the demonic possession edition.
I know, because that's what I said. Where the heck did they come from? And they were big, they were heavy, and yeah, I just thought I'd ask and see.
You said there's levitation involved too.
Since we're having open lines tonight, and if it's gonna be weird, I'm gonna run into it.
Laura, you said there was levitation involved too.
Yeah.
Somebody being levitated or objects?
A person.
A person levitated. Yeah,
Voice changed, face changed,
Yeah.
caused pain to some things and living things in the house.
So
Not purposely, it wasn't them.
I mean, you try to get them help. I know it's hard to get help out in Thunder Bay, Ontario, or wherever, but
yeah.
But you get
It's
help.
not where
I
I
mean,
live.
oh yeah, but get help. Let me know if you need help getting in contact with somebody like Bill Bean or somebody like that. It sounds serious,
Well, I will tell you this. Because I work as a light worker with angels and stuff. Part of it was I was saying the Our Father on my side here, but the phone hung up and I got a message on Messenger. It's time. About 2 hours later, and I thought, okay, well, let's find out what this is all about. But whatever was in that room with this person, it knew I was getting messages about stop saying the prayers.
Ooh.
I'm telling this is really bad. So,
Yeah,
and I said,
good.
my phone went dead. And like I said, I wasn't able to even contact Chris. I have nothing like Bill Bean, but this was kind of in the moment. I wasn't expecting this. And it took about a good half hour before I could connect with anybody. And the only person that happened to be online at this time was Derek. And again, I don't know how well you know him, but he's in Canada. He's a medicine man. He works paranormal investigations. He's done this kind of stuff
Now I know
before,
what you're
so.
talking about. Yes.
Mhm.
And see, and he's probably somebody who can help, and it's trying to block him. So keep getting them, keep talking if you're working with them. They don't give up. They obviously need some kind of help if that's going on. It sounds real bad.
Yeah. What I find kind of interesting and a little concerning about this, because you don't know where these mirrors came from or what's been done with them. Rituals could have been done with them. it's just strange when you think about the mirror under the bed and you're laying, a certain way when you're sleeping, you're reflecting a certain way. For them to all of a sudden visually be seeing things levitating, and it just feels like they've somehow opened something without even meaning to. It's just making me feel really uncomfortable.
A lot of stress going on in their life.
Yeah, and that's what triggers these things
a lot
too.
more than we normally.
It could have been there for a while.
Think we're at their strongest.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the stress will trigger it. Well, thank you so much, Laura Lee, for calling in tonight.
Yeah. You have a good night, you guys.
You too. All right, guys, we're going to go to our last commercial break here. And then the phone lines will still be open. Call in after the commercial break and tell us about your paranormal experience. Get a reading from Bill tonight still. Bill's been doing great. And this is how you learn. It's how you learn, Bill. Popping Bill's paranormal tarot reading cherry tonight. But it's like the chat room's doing the reading too, because I've seen some really good, interesting comments from the chat room. Everybody seems to be a little bit familiar with the tarot, and that's why I love it. So, if you tarot reading, go back and watch. You got some comments from the chat room that are pretty interesting as well. All right, guys, we'll be back after a short commercial break.
Intercepted transmission of unknown origin.
Transmission? Out here?
SOS.
Human.
Unknown.
Alien. Certificate X. Exclusive engagement at the Odeon Leicester Square. Now.
Any systematized transmission indicating a possible intelligent origin must be investigated. I will hear it.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
This is an APAC studio presentation.
Hi, I'm Barry, owner-operator of Barry's Barometer Barn. Lately, I bet you've been lying awake at night asking yourself, how many barometers do I really need? Well, at Barry's Barometer Barn, we think you need more than one. Otherwise, we're going to go out of business. Remember, at Barry's Barometer Barn, we don't know the meaning of high-pressure sales. Come on, folks, buy another barometer. I'm trying to put my kids through college. I've got a family to support and a secret mistress who isn't cheap.
Visit Barry's Barometer Barn, 000 Storm Drive. Come on, folks, buy a barometer. I'm Barry's older brother, Larry, and every time one of you people walk past the store without coming in, Barry beats me.
This has been a presentation from Tim Morgan's APAC Studio. For more almost professional amateur comic studio content, visit the APAC YouTube channel. Search APAC 2002. That's APAC 2002 on YouTube.
Of the second kind, physical evidence of a UFO. Close encounters of the third kind, contact. From Steven Spielberg, the director of Jaws, comes one of the most ambitious and unusual films ever made. And what you will see has never been seen before. It's a cosmic mystery crossing what many scientists believe will be the next threshold of human experience. It's called Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It begins in an Indiana town and leads to one inescapable conclusion. We are not alone. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Certificate A, now showing at the Odeon Leicester Square.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from Talkstream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Phantasm, the film that puts the fun in funeral. And as for a fiendish story, it does have a burial plot. Come prepared to scream, because if this one doesn't scare you, you're already dead. Phantasm from Avco Embassy Pictures. Rated R under 17, not admitted without parent or guardian.
Oh, midnight preview tonight, UA Westwood Theater.
If you are interested in discovering the truth about the paranormal and want to hear from leading researchers in the field, join Justin Brown on his 3 weekly shows named My Paranormal Soapbox, Necromancer Live Show, and the Supernatural Symposium, live on Facebook, YouTube, and InterfaceDiff.net.
Heat 'em up. Do, re, be gone.
Tonight on Paranormal Soup, it's open lines night. We're taking your calls in the last half hour of the show. Tell us about your paranormal experiences. Talk about whatever you want. Get a reading from Bill, helping him learn how to do tarot. He's doing great tonight. I think this is the best way for anybody that gets into tarot. The best way is to do tarot readings for people you don't know. Knowing somebody, things get in the way, like your own thoughts. You don't know somebody, you don't know what they know or what's going on, and you just tell them what you see in the cards. And man, that was just some of the best readings I did with people I had never met before. So call in, help Bill learn how to do tarot. That's what Paranormal Soup's about. This is our place to explore the weird, the unusual, and not be afraid to do it, to be ourselves and not be criticized for having these thoughts about the unusual strangeness of the world we live in, that reality is not what the media tells you it is or what you were raised on, that there's some other reality out there beyond our perceptions science can't explain. That's what we do here. That's what this show's about. So call in. There's a number of ways you can do it. You can call in at 219-230-4444. You can call in at 260-225-9419. Actually, call in on that number because I need to test that line more after Christy had the buzzing. You can call in at Skype ID oojblandoo or Jblandparanormalsoup is that line as well. Call in. Tell us, what do you want to talk about? You guys made a great show tonight. Let's keep it going. Call into the show. All right, we're back. No callers yet. I think you've done a great job, though, Bill. The readings tonight. The best way to learn is jumping right in and doing it with people you've not met before, or talked to. Christy, you knew, but how did you feel? Like, you knew Christy, you did a reading for her, and you don't really know Tyler, what's going on with him,
right?
But for the people you didn't know, do you feel like you were stronger? It just was easier because you didn't have to have your own mind clutter with what you do know of somebody.
Yeah, a little bit, because like you just said, with knowing somebody, you sort of have a little bit of information already there to sort of influence things, and when you don't know the person or what's going on in their life, it's sort of more just a little more instinctive of just what you see in the cards, and you don't know anything about their personal life really, and so yeah, it's I'm glad I agreed to try this, because
yeah, I had to pull his arm on it a little bit at first. Bill's like, I don't know if I'm ready to do that. I'm like, oh, come on, buddy, come on, pal, be my muse tonight, and come on and give it a shot. It really is. That's why when I first envisioned doing this show, I envisioned doing things like this. Either me or a friend or somebody learning how to do tarot with the call-in lines. I worked really hard to get call-in lines to this show because I wanted a way for everybody to interact. And I love StreamYard because I can show people's comments and that. Like here, Marie, yep, I had ND when I was 13 years old. Call me, Marie. Call me. I want to hear about that. near-death experience. Though, you want to talk about being convinced about the other side? Near-death experience, I'm sure, does it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate. You're convinced now there is another side. But yeah, call in, guys, tonight. We got a little bit more time. 219-230-4444, 260-225-9419. Skype ID oojblandoo or Skype ID Jblandparanormalsoup. Call in. I need to test these lines, especially the 260-225-9419 or the Skype ID Jblandparanormalsoup. That's the main line. That's the new mixers are on that line. Need to try it. Call in, people. Come on, we got a little bit of time left. We can still do it. Bill can do a reading for you.
Something that doesn't have anything to do with what we were just talking about, but
what, demonic?
No, but we had the article in the World Wide Web of Weird about Aleister Crowley's house. And Perry's wearing the Led Zeppelin shirt. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Jimmy Page own that house?
Yes,
he did. He owned it for a while.
Yes. Jimmy Page has always been. I didn't even think about that. Good call. Jimmy Page was totally as interested in the occult and the paranormal, and that's one of the reasons he was intrigued by Aleister Crowley's house and bought it. Now, did John Bonham die in that house? Was it in any way his death related to that house? Because I've heard the urban legends that he bought that house and then bad luck happened, like John Bonham died in that.
I don't know.
I don't think so, but
no.
I think I thought he died in the hotel.
I've never heard that, but I don't know where he was when he died, but I know it was way too much alcohol is what killed him. Is I guess I remember
on his own vomit.
What it was that, like, he had like the equivalent of like 40 to 60 shots of some kind of alcohol. I think that's what the number was. Some outrageous number like that. I remember, where it was just like, some huge amount of alcohol. Yeah, and
when I was a kid, I was like 17. I took like 20 shots to. I can do this. Blah, blah, blah. Almost killed myself. I was like paralyzed. I could have wished for unconsciousness, but I didn't get unconscious. Probably saved my life. I didn't go unconscious, but I couldn't move. I was like paralyzed.
Yeah,
I was paralyzed, but conscious. It was the worst feeling ever. I've never been a drinker since. I don't drink a lot. I don't ever want to be drunk. I don't like the feeling, and it was all after that because I about killed myself. Underage drinking. Yeah.
Actually,
But oh man, being paralyzed and not be able to move. I just remember laying in my own puke and going, "Don't let me choke on my puke." That's all I could say. And they like put me in a bathtub. Yeah. That's why I'm scared for my children. I grow up like, "Don't do what Daddy did."
According to what I just looked up, it said Bonham was found dead on the morning of September 25th, 1980 at Page's house in Windsor, Berkshire.
See?
But it wasn't the Crowley house though, right?
Okay,
that's in Scotland. That was in Scotland.
That's in Scotland.
Loch Ness. Yeah, but I think he owned the house at the time. He did own that house, or he just bought it, or somehow they connected it like as the bad mojo.
I think
he killed like.
So they've done 40
legend
shots.
drummer.
I thought that he bought that like back in the 70s sometime.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that, like probably mid.
I knew he had died at Jimmy Page's house. I couldn't remember if it had actually been at that house. If it had been at that house, oh God. But, I've heard the stories, people talk about Aleister Crowley being like, satanic or whatever. I mean, he said he was the devil, the Mark 666. But there's people the villagers in that town believed he like killed children. Like they seriously believed he killed children in that. I don't know if he did, but that was the legend that went around town. So they keep trying to burn it down. They obviously feel very strongly about Aleister Crowley, even all these years later. Crowley, it was William O'Connell. Crowley summoned the Loch Ness monster. Really? That sounds like something he would do. That was, you got to think he's sitting right on the lock. He's got to be interested in it back then. But guys, phone lines are open. We're down the last half hour. I know it's getting late, but call in. 219-230-4444, 9419. Skype IDs Jblandoo and Jblandparanormalsoup. It's always the last half hour. It's the second open line show we really did. It's always the last half hour. I remember last open lines, like last half hour, it's like we were trying to get phone calls and we got like one incredible phone call at the very end. And it's like, why did you wait that whole time to call in? It was Mike from Montana. I don't remember. It was something. He had a really good phone call into that show. He usually does. But it was like the last phone call of the night, if I remember right. So let's get one of those. Come on, call in. Even if it isn't incredible, you want to talk, you just want to get a reading from Bill, call in. Don't be shy, people. Don't be shy. I see you all there in the chat room. I know you're still watching. It's some Turkish spell book, William. So he used a Turkish spell book. This is from our chat room on Facebook for those listening. William says a Turkish spell book. Is that what he used to summon the Loch Ness Monster? That's a story I want to know about. Aleister Crowley tried to summon the Loch Ness Monster. It would make sense. He was on the loch. Never heard of that before, but it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, say this, Jen. Oh yeah, he had blood rituals and stuff, and spoke of those type of things and possibly. Yeah, I know he believed in a lot of weird, a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm not a Aleister Crowley expert at all, obviously, but it's a fascinating guy. I know he had like a drug addiction, like to heroin or morphine or something like that too. But he's summoning demons. what's might as well be doing hard drugs too. But Aleister Crowley was crazy or not. Maybe he was really into something, but. I'm still back to the subject what we've been dealing with for the last 24 hours of the news cycle. And I know we're having fun tonight, but I'm still amazes me. I'd love somebody to call in and give me their thoughts on what they think. Why is society having a psychopathic breakdown? I mean, psychopathic is there's psychopaths out there. They're doing crazy things. Yeah. It boggles my mind.
You know what I mean, I guess it doesn't really have too much to do about this exact thing, but what happened there. And, but I mean, so many people right away, as soon as these things happen, say, we need to pass tougher gun regulations. And I don't think that's necessarily the problem. I think it's the people, like you say, it's like what's happening to people. Because if you think about it, if you go back years and years ago, guns were even more prevalent, back in the old days.
On their hips, nobody had guns. And it's not that we're suddenly the evils just suddenly arrived. I mean, people have been doing evil things to each other for a long time.
But I mean, sure, people have always sometimes shot each other and things happen. But now it's more of these sort of situations like this where some nut, they get these high-powered assault rifles and put on body armor and
drones.
Yeah, and just go off and shoot like 20 people and stuff, and which is so much, I mean, back in the old days, it was mostly like, somebody you're pissed off at, or, some guy's cheating on some other guy's wife and he goes and shoots the guy or something, but I mean, if you think about, back in the old days, everybody had guns, and
yeah, I know.
When I grew up, my father had a few guns,
I just feel like it's the more and more it happens, there's some kind of like on a conscious level, there's certain people that are getting affected first, and those are the people that are more susceptible. Yeah. Something's happening, and they're going psychopath. But we do have somebody on the phone line, so let me get to that. I think it's on Skype here. We got Marie. Are you there with us? Is it Marie?
Yep, I'm on. Yes, I'm here.
Hi, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, I'm normally mic shy. Normally.
Well, thank you for getting over it and calling in.
You're welcome.
So, what do you want to talk about tonight, Marie?
I want to talk about my near-death experience.
Awesome. That's what I was hoping. I saw your comment in the chat room. Yes, please.
Yeah. When I was 13, I was very, very sick. That's what normally happens. And when I was in the hospital after a surgery, I aspirated. That means That means I breathed in. I got sick and breathed it in.
Right.
Yeah, and then I saw this beautiful room, just this round room. I still remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had like a window, but there was also a dark area that I did not go near.
So you're in this round room and you see a window.
Yes.
Is the room bright?
Yes,
Okay.
it was. It was beautiful.
And was there like now? And you said there was a dark area. Was this like a dark tunnel?
Yes. I did not dare go near that room. The dark one.
The dark one.
Yeah, the dark room. I call it the dark room.
Yeah. Was there anybody there?
Yeah, a lot of people were there.
Oh. Well, did you see anybody you recognized or?
No.
No, that's not. You hear people have the near-death experience. Sometimes they say, "Oh, I saw so and so from there," but other people say they see all these people. They don't know who they are. I always find that interesting.
Yeah. And I was only 13 at the time.
Right. So you didn't have like a lot of loved ones or something that's passed over on the other side. You would know too.
Yeah, I had my great aunt, but I didn't see her.
Right. How long?
Yeah.
Do you know how long? You said you aspirated. Did they say you were dead for a minute or?
Yeah, maybe a minute, maybe a few seconds.
But for you, how long did that feel? That experience?
For 5 minutes.
So it felt like it was like 5 minutes long.
Yeah, like an hour or maybe.
Because that's always the thing I find interesting about near-death experiences, that it can entail a lot of things happening, but the person was only dead for like a minute. But all this stuff happens, like time flows totally different in this experience.
It's like it stops. The time stops.
Wow. When you woke up, what was did you immediately like remember it, or did it kind of come back to you?
It came back to me.
Yeah, I hear that too. Sometimes some people immediately are like, boom, like the woman we just had that story. I don't know if you've seen the past shows or not, but we had a World Wide Web weird story a few weeks ago about the woman who, she woke up and like was like signaling for a pencil and said, it's real, talking about her experience of seeing heaven. And then some people, she immediately went to it, but some people it comes back to them as like the brain kind of like processes what just happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's an amazing experience. So
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you so much for calling in. So for you, that's it. There's something waiting for you on the other side. That there's something.
Yes.
Do you think now the dark tunnel? Was there a light at the end of that tunnel?
No.
It was just dark. So if you get back,
completely black.
One day you will. Not to be more, but one day you will make it probably back to that room. Everybody will. What do you think the dark tunnel was?
I think that was the left room. It's called the left room in Sylvia Brown's Society.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm not familiar with it, but yeah.
It's weird.
But you don't want to go there. You don't want to go to that left room. Okay.
I've been there.
What do you think the window meant too?
The window was like the God life or God light
coming through the window.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then I was yanked. Literally, I felt myself being pulled back into my body out of that room.
Wow.
Yeah, it was beautiful though, but it hurt going back.
Yeah. Was there a part of you that wanted to go back to that room?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would, that's what I always wonder people near-death experiences, if it's like this kind of like, no, I don't want to leave.
But I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to leave.
You had a purpose, something you had to do. You were 13.
Yeah.
Thank God you did come back. But you always wonder, I mean, the people that, feel like there's this like kind of like a hangover feeling afterwards, like I want to go back to that room. Did you have that feeling at 13, after that incident? Or
Yeah. After I had my mouth surgery, and after that, I woke up and went, oh. And then I told my mother, and of course, she never dismissed it. anything.
Yeah, no, you don't. Well, thank
No,
you.
she never dismissed it. So
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, some people do. So that's why some people keep it to themselves because they're afraid of ridicule. Well, I am so thankful that you called in and shared. I saw your comment in the thing. I told you to call in, and you did. I'm proud of you, Marie, and I'm very thankful that you called in. So you have a great night.
You too.
That was an awesome story. Near death experiences. It's like it's something you don't want to experience, but they're incredible. To hear, somebody they got a glimpse, and I know the skeptics are like, oh, it's the brain shutting down or it's the chemical process. These things I believe these people. I believe their experience. It's got to be something more than that.
If it's just the brain shutting down, how come so many people report the same thing? Is that just what happens when your brain shuts down?
They're all a little different, though. That's the skeptics thing, is that all these experiences could be a little different. Not everybody's seeing Jesus at the end of the tunnel, or they're all a little different. That's then it's everybody's what they expect, and it's just the brain coping with what's happening to the body. But I think it is always a little different because it is the person's, but it isn't their brain. It's just I'm a big fan of What Dreams May Come. I love that movie, and it's kind of like what you expect and what you paint the picture of your other world when you get there. I don't know if that's what it is. I'm agnostic to heart, so I question. I believe in an afterlife, though. I just don't know what it's going to be when I get there. But that was a great call, and I got great comments in the chat room too. I mean, people, I was seeing some stories, and we're like, "Oh, you call in. We're running out of time." But yeah, people's experiences, and this person here, I won't say her name. Of course, it's on the screen, Facebook. But I tried to take my own life about 3 weeks ago. Dumb choice, I know. Anyway, I passed away for a few minutes. I felt like hours, and I was in a completely dark place, all alone. Scary. Don't want to go back, Crystal. I don't want you to go back either. And always got people you need to. If you ever feel like that, talk. Reach out, talk to someone. And you hear that experience. People have had that experience, try to commit suicide and see something on the other side. And they're like, I don't want to go back, either positive because something tells them or something bad, that experience. The ones that really get me are like, there's I can't remember, a famous one that she was a guest in Art Bell, who was like, regular Christian woman, wasn't doing anything evil, she thought, whatever. And she, but wasn't super religious or anything like that, and died and like saw help. It's like, what did that woman do to deserve to go to hell? Like, what's going on? It's crazy. I mean, some of my favorite movies have to do with the afterlife. I forgot what guest I had on. I talked about that. It's like I realized a lot of my favorite movies all have to do with like the afterlife, like Beetlejuice, What Dreams May Come. What's the other one? I was just thinking about it. What another favorite movie of mine that has to do with the afterlife too. I was just thinking about it and I just lost it. But I always love these movies that have to Flatliners.
Oh, there you go.
Them trying to, so I love that movie. Like, I don't know if I just, I don't want to have a near-death experience to see. I don't want to be scared like that. But the curiosity, wondering what it is. So that's awesome to share. That's what it's about. We still got room. We still got time. We got a little bit of time left. You could call in. We'll take one more phone call. 219-230-4444, 260-225-9419, or Skype ID oojblandoo, or Jblandparanormalsoup. That's the way to call in. We got a little bit of time left. Maybe, probably not enough time for Bill to do a reading. No. But if you got anything else you want to cover. But yeah, I want to keep it fun tonight, but I couldn't help but get into the stuff of what's going on in the last news cycle. And we don't get political on this show. I'm just wondering what's going on with humankind. What's going on? We need to have a talk, humanity.
People are going crazy, man.
You got to wonder too if a lot of that stuff has to do with, I mean, if you think about how many people these days, when they just, they go to a doctor, they say they're feeling bad, they're a little bit depressed or something, and immediately they put them on all these crazy drugs that, completely alter your brain functions and things. And you got to wonder how many these people that are doing this stuff were on some kind of drug, or maybe went off of the drug.
You wonder how much pharmaceutical companies want to keep that.
And because
there goes my monetization for YouTube on this.
They might not report, that.
Thanks, Bill.
I mean, I wonder, Do they do blood tests on these people to see were they taking some wacky drugs
from YouTube because of you, buddy?
Uh-oh. Nowadays,
fight every monetization. I got to go through the whole list and make them review it. I make them review it, and they're like, "Oh no, you're fine." Like, yeah, you're not going to watch a 3-hour episode. So,
yeah.
Oh, but you know, the pharmaceutical angle of it. It's like we need to figure out what they're talking about capital punishment. Yeah, I believe in I don't know if I believe in capital punishment or not, but in these situations I kind of do. Yeah, but at the same time we need to study these people and find out what the heck is wrong with them.
Yeah,
because I mean, fine, we get rid of guns. Well, there's drones with flamethrowers now.
Yeah, it's
like I said, I'm not getting gun control debate. I get both sides in the issue. I understand. I've tuned them both out, both sides in the issue. Because to me, I just want to know what's going on, humanity. Why are we breeding monsters? People who have no empathy for somebody else that can do something so horrible to somebody else, to children. What breaks down in a person that makes them turn to that? I always felt uncomfortable bringing it up, but I always do because I'm sorry I have to, because I'm going to explore these topics. We have somebody on about demonic possession. I always bring that up. These active shooters, are they, is there a possibility there's something demonic involved, that something possessed them? I'm not trying to take responsibility away from these people. They made their choice. And I think, somebody acts on an influence, demonic possession, invited it in, and made their choice to do something horrible. But you got to wonder, some kind of monstrous evil behind it. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just society's really just broke down. We just really are breeding some horrible monsters that have no empathy for humans, and that they just can shut that off. I don't know. I get mad too because I'm a big video game guy. Everybody blames the video games. Well, no, it's just there's going to be sick people, and yeah, they end up playing the same sick games I like, but I'm not sick. So don't take away my games just because I'm sicko. They're going to be sicko with them or not.
Think of all the millions of people that play those same video games that don't go and kill people. So.
Yeah. I know.
There's a point of knowing right and wrong, and
exactly.
And some people don't. They just don't know it or don't care.
But do we have to shelter ourselves as a society to deal with it? Like can't have violent video games. We got to take away the guns, and
I always say, like, what if I dream a genie, blink, blink, and every gun just vaporized, just disappeared. No, but I'm just saying a scenario. If that happened, every gun in the world just disappeared. Would they stop killing each other? Hell no.
No,
they're going to have a drone with a flamethrower. They're going to go crazy with it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly it. When they're making drones with flamethrowers, I think the whole gun debate issue is just we're beyond that now.
Yeah, I don't see any good of that. I mean, I see a purpose, but whatever you shoot with the flamethrower, if it's a wasp nest, it's going to catch the tree on fire. It's going to catch the house on fire.
Tesla was selling flamethrowers for a second,
yeah,
there too. I think if there's a will, there's a way. If there's crazy, they're going to find a way to hurt a bunch of people. But why is there crazy? Why is there people that want to do this? That's the boggling my mind. It's supernatural in its sense to me that people can go that far, that just lose themselves. I mean, we've had, I have an interest. That's why my wife has always been afraid of my interest in serial killers.
I was just going to bring up the serial killers. It's almost the same psychological. We can't wrap our minds around that type of just heinous act. Like, we can't feel that, or understand that. So it's so fascinating.
Yeah, I'm the guy that dreams about chopping people's heads off with a guillotine. So.
That's past life. That's past life, buddy. You were a killer in a past life. Maybe explore why you were like that in past life. But to actually do it and just hurt people, just to shut it all off and not care. I mean, have no empathy for anybody, especially children. I'm protective of children. I have no idea who they are. I've never met the kid. And if I see them jumping on something or doing something, I go, hey, I'm a parent to heart, I'll protect any child I see. I can't imagine how somebody just turns all that off. They just can't, and the timing of it. Somebody posted here in the chat room, and they said, "Oh, this stuff always happens around time of elections." Well, we're still a little ways from 2020, but it seems like we're already ramping up.
Oh, yeah.
It seems a little, like little to the point. Like I said, I don't want to get political, but it seems like this stuff does happen, and it's like to a point to push us into this conversation again. Like, why are the same? We go around the same circles again with the political talk, and I tune all of it out, and I'm just like, why? Why is any of this happening? That's same. Like I said, I want to have fun tonight. I try to do, but I can't help it. It's the things on my mind with these horrible things. So sorry, we kept it fun, but I had to get that off my chest. I wanted, you guys would call in too. You could talk about that anytime, just not politics. I don't get into the politics of it. That's it. But everybody called in tonight. I am so happy for testing out the lines tonight. Christy about gave me a heart attack, but I think I figured it out. I think we're good on there. Bill, you were amazing for your first time popping that tarot cherry of yours.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we'll do it again, man. Even on an ITC night, maybe get a couple in, because that's how you're gonna get better, man. Just doing it on the show, meet people, and you got your own setup, and you do a live stream on your paranormal channel. Do some tarot readings.
I've been thinking about doing that, and that's sort of why I took a class on it and expanded what I know a bit.
Exactly. Hey, you can use StreamYard for free right now on YouTube. If you want to do it on YouTube, you can use it and use the comments. So I thought that worked pretty good. But that's it for the show. Thank everybody for their awesome phone calls tonight, especially the last one's always one of the best. And Marie, your call. Thank you for calling in. Is one of the best tonight because NDE experiences, people calling in with us. That's a true emotional experience you had to share, and thank you so much. That means a lot to me. But that's it. I think, let me check. I didn't even check the schedule. I think I did, but I'm not sure. I'm like doubting my schedule for next Sunday. I think it's Bill Bean, actually, right? Yes, Bill Bean is going to be back on the show. Speaking of talking about demonic possession, maybe we'll get into this with Bill. And there's other stuff we didn't even get into as much, but the alien experience and all that. But Bill Bean, again, it's last time we had some demonic interference. Let's hope not with the technical issues. We got cut off halfway through the show, but hopefully not tonight. Next Sunday, same bad time, same bad channel, 10 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific time. Tune in. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Donate to our Patreon, $2 a month. We get exclusive access. We got a new podcast coming up there soon. And for everybody from the last ITC show that called in, we are working on your videos. They are going to be coming out in the next couple weeks. I'm reviewing those videos. I have evidence from an investigation reviewing. And then Tuesday night, I'm going to be on Heather Wade's Kingdom of Nye, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Central, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Pacific time, and Eastern midnight, right? I think midnight to 4 a.m. But tune in on Heather Wade's Kingdom of Nye. We're going to do some live ITC. Heather Wade is awesome. If you haven't checked out Kingdom of Nye, you are missing out. You ever listen to Art Bell? Well, you need to check out Kingdom of Nye. All right, guys, we'll be back next week. Have a great night.